this lunch.
Food was that good?
Well,
it was yummy.
Of course, he didn't really. Well, I'm going to give it away if I tell you, so I'll just move on.
Sure.
I'll just move on.
Suffice to say, it was. We finally got answers to questions we've had a long time.
Yeah,
and that was the best part of it.
And you guys are loyal listeners. The thing that you'll love most is the fact that really we screwed with him in a way that is beyond embarrassing. Mm-hmm. And frankly, I don't know how he managed to make it through the rest of the lunch.
Yeah. Wow, that's impressive.
Well, I mean, there was no color in his face.
Not less than usual.
Yeah, not that there's color there to begin with.
He picked at his food. I don't know. I don't even know if he did that or not. I just thought I'd say that. He picked at his food.
Played with it, started around the
very end.
We devoured ours.
At the very end.
We and the big boss man devoured ours.
At the very end, Bobby Bacala says, okay, it's great seeing you guys. And I lean over, I give him, he learned this from Bill Clinton. When a guy gives you a handshake, you do the double clasp.
Wrap the second hand around.
So I do the second thing, and it's like the vigorous Italian thing. Yeah. And Mike's doing the vigorous handshake, and we get up, and I realize, like an old piece of lettuce that has been sitting outside for 3 or 4 days.
He gave you the Elton John handshake.
He didn't even give me the handshake. He's just kind of holding his hand up like, will anybody please shake my hand?
Offering. Oh, very nice of him to offer that.
He picked at his saltines and tepid water.
Oh, what a jerk-off he is. Really, just what a J.O. he is. All right. And if you're wondering, the big boss said it would be okay for us to mention how we cut his legs out from under him today.
That is nice.
So we're not even breaking any rules by telling you what happened at our lunch today.
Well, some things have to be done.
Yeah. General manager.
Occasionally, some things have to be done.
That was a very busy day for me, too, besides the fact that I had this thing. I had to go to the doctor today, which I'll tell you about in a second.
Okay.
And there was some touching done.
Nice.
Not that, but other touching. Let's start today with I don't even know this lady's name from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
She's a wonderful actress, and she's got a foul mouth on that show.
She calls the guy a fat F all the time.
She's Jeff Garland's wife. I think her name is Susie Essman.
That's the actress's name?
I believe it's Susie Essman.
Susie Assman. Anyway, I had to go to the doctor today, and I've had some kidney issues, so let's play this and start the show. This is from, last Friday or Sunday, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
You're not giving your fucking kidney. What if one of your kids needs a kidney one day? You're going to give a kidney to Richard Lewis? No.
You'll give it to him.
I might not be the match, Larry. He needs his kidney, number 1. Number 2, he's a fat he can't even survive the surgery.
How do you know he can't survive the surgery?
You're healthy and thin. You're giving the kidney. End of discussion. Moot point.
Yeah, you fat F.
She's wonderful.
You fat F.
I don't know if this is true, but I read in an interview with her that she doesn't get paid for appearing on that show, and in fact has to pay her own airfare out from New York to appear on it. I don't know if she was just saying that, but she did say that.
There's no way. Legally, they can't do that.
This lady?
You're not giving your fucking kidney. What if one of your kids needs a kidney one day? You're going to give a kidney to Richard Lewis? No.
You'll give it to him.
I might not be the match, Larry. He needs his kidney, number 1. Number 2, he's a fat he can't even survive the surgery.
How do you know he can't survive the surgery?
You're healthy and thin. You're giving the kidney. End of discussion. Moot point.
Moot point. Where'd you read that?
You don't pay her? God, you got to pay her.
In an interview, she said Larry David called her up and said, I need you to come out and be on the show. And she said, you'll get the airfare, right? He said, no, you don't mind picking that up, do you? Which sounds like something he would
probably
say.
A bit.
Got to be
sounds
a
like
joke.
in character.
Okay, probably a joke. Right, you fat F.
The joke sound.
Y'all still want me to come with you?
Hello! All right.
Hello.
Some ZZ.
Hello.
Top to D.
Good heaven, no.
Hey, Michael Hughes. Huh?
Yeah, right. I'm pulling your wine.
Hello. Hi there, everybody. Can I tell you that we are just so petty?
You know what? This is crap. We're going to stop this. We're just going to stop this.
We've got a radio show. All we want to do is talk about what an idiot our boss is.
Isn't it great?
God, you're ugly.
Isn't it great to have a radio show?
You can call Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe.
For no particular reason today, We start with ZZ Top and Viva Las Vegas.
I think we're probably feeling a little Vegas-y today.
Well, I think that you and I were the big winners.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think that we stood up there on the blackjack game of life.
Yeah, we laid it on the table.
We went in. We
let it ride.
We thought we had a pair of twos.
Yeah, we really did.
And you know what we said? We said double down on the twos.
Amen.
And it was blackjack.
Otherwise, you might be listening to a couple of nuns in here today.
Anyway, you.
Yeah, me?
You were not at lunch today.
No.
And you know why you were not at lunch?
Why?
Something to do with your religion.
Well, I'd like, if I could today, to turn the attention away from me to my father.
Okay.
Okay, to your dad, Bob's Spiewak?
Yes, who married a Gentile, but my father, who it is his birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Bob.
Happy birthday, Pops, to the coolest dad there is. He's a quarter Jewish.
Ah, very good.
Hi. It's me, Super Jew.
How's your woman skunk factory smell?
I'm still getting over the fact that your dad's 25% Jewish.
Yeah, I'm getting over the fact that my mother's a Gentile. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. C. David Howard, and all the ships at sea.
There you go.
They are pretty good. Pretty
good, you fat ass.
Todd Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
David Howard, yeah. Hi, everybody. Okay, right, Jerry. And there we go. Don and Mike show, everybody, and it's a new episode on this Thursday. 110305.
Hi, Don and Mike. Buzz Burbank here.
No, he's not retarded.
This is Don and Mike show, and it's November the 3rd, 2005. Call us from anywhere in America at 877-365-3636. From Canada and from Mexico and anywhere on the internet where you can't use the 877. Call 800-636-1067. And if you're listening on WJFK in Washington, Free FM. That came up at lunch today as well. Okay. Nothing we can do about that. 202-432-1067 if you're listening on WJFK in D.C. You can go to our website, donandmikewebsite.com. Click on Listen Live. You'll hear us on the internet. That will send you to radiomat.com. That's right. There you can click on WJFK Washington, Spike Radio Las Vegas, The Edge in Pittsburgh, Live 105 in Baltimore, some of our stations that carry the show on Al Gore's internet.
That's a good remake. I like that. Mm-hmm. I really do like that version of Viva Las Vegas.
It's right towards the very end when ZZ Top was just all about synthesizers. Like, what's that? Oh, Sleeping Bag is another song that's like a gay disco song.
Yeah, it's frustrating because they've got one of the good drummers in rock and roll, and they went to the machine on a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Don and Mike. Here we go. First call of a brand new show.
Well, it's you screwing up the very first phone call of the show.
There.
Hello, person.
Is it Michael Hughes?
I don't hear anything.
I don't either.
Let me make sure the phone's
not even a noise. No, there's that.
I don't know how to spell it, but he knows it when he sees it.
He sure does.
He's a good obedient boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's one. You tell Tom to get off the line, he gets off the line.
He's gone.
All right, so let's see. First, how about this? Went to the doctor today, which sucks. Yeah, but you got to go. Like I told my brother, you got to go.
Everybody has
Weight 193. That's good for me.
Hey, yeah.
And blood pressure,
BP.
which had always been the one they were crazy about, 120 over 82.
Mm.
They tell me that's nearly perfect.
Wow.
Wonderful job.
That's amazing, really.
So I'm sitting in considering my life, I'm sitting in there, and I'm thinking that I'm not going to get the finger.
The finger,
the digit,
right.
The glove.
I'm sitting in there, and they do the blood test table, and he does the thing where he hits my leg with the thing, and
reflex test.
The reflex, and then I think I'm off the hook, and he says, "Okay, we're just about done. I tell you what, why don't you take off your shoes, socks, and shirt, and I will be right back."
Hey.
And I'm thinking, well...
Is that when the saxophone music started?
I'm thinking, at least he didn't say take off your pants. Yeah. Because what I am terrified of is that he's going to give me the finger.
You didn't hear what he said under his breath. He said take off your shoes, socks, and shirt. I'll be back to take off your pants.
That was Dr. Bonnet. It's the French pronunciation of his word, of his name, the word Bonnet. He leaves, and I take off my shirt and my socks and my shoes, and I'm sitting there, and I'm nervous because I know he's going to come in and say, take off your pants. And while I'm sitting there, I noticed that sitting out is a gigantic. It looks like a toothpaste tube.
Yes.
Oh, no.
But it's very, very openly labeled.
Bend over, Mr. Bavar.
What it's for, that it's some kind of medical KY.
Oh, dear.
And, of course, there's the big, gigantic jar of gloves. And I'm so
sundry sticks.
I'm so uptight about this that at one point he's coming over, and I thought I did a really good job of cleaning out my ears today. You know how you always clean every nook and cranny before you go to the doctor.
Sure.
He's doing the thing where he's poking in my ear with the thing with the little light on it, and he says, hold on a second, I gotta clean this. And I said, I clean my ears. He said, no, I have news for you. When you use a Q-tip, the way you use it, all you do is just push the wax further in.
Jam it up there, yeah.
So what he did was go in and pull out these big chunks of earwax.
Oh, my God, I'm going to throw up.
And then he would just kind of scrape them on a paper towel.
Right.
And so, like, they're sitting in front of me. They almost look like boogers that he's taken out of my ears so that he can see in there. And I said to him, is this as invasive as it's going to get? And he said, really, what is the problem with you today? You're in great shape. You're checking out well. What's the I said, I just don't want you to put your finger there. He said, relax. I'm not putting my finger anywhere. You're not going to take your pants off today. I said, whew, is that great? He said, now, what we do have to deal with are these moles on your back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I guess he scraped off, 5 or 6 of them today.
Boy, this guy does everything.
Oh,
yeah.
Dr. Bombay is fantastic.
Good doctor?
Yeah, I think he's a very good doctor.
He is.
We need a good doctor. I haven't been to a doctor in 15 years.
Oh, my God.
Let me say this. I did worry when we got down to the 5th mole when I felt, what are you doing back there? He was biting it off.
He enjoys his work.
Wow.
So anyway, he's a fun doctor, and after we got done with that, he showed me the little the pieces that are like floating around in this little jar. He's like, isn't this interesting? They took all of these off your back, and look at it. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, what's going on?
So he does the dermatology as well, huh?
No, he does it all.
Oh, that's awesome.
He took enough stuff out of you to make a candle.
Yes, that's right.
Wow.
Melt down the earwax, decorated.
Did he have any kind of special device to do that? Was it longer than a Q-tip?
Yes, it was. It was a big, long metal digging tool. And what he would say to me is, sit very carefully. Do not move, because if I move a quarter of an inch, that thing's going through to what little brain I have in there.
It's going to bust your eardrum.
Yeah.
Wow.
The big old eardrum.
What did he do to rip the moles off?
So how's everything else? How'd everything else check out?
Here's what he said about the moles. He's pretty sure that they're benign, like they always. There's nothing to worry about.
Right.
I think the test is that he eats them, and then
if he's got a funny taste in his mouth, then they do further tests.
Down to the lab.
It tastes like burning.
If he eats them and they taste funny, then they have to wait approximately. Someone's cell phones are going off. They have to wait approximately 24 hours to pass the results.
And then they can move on?
And then we find out if, in fact, I've got some. But no, it was. He just said he thought it was a very large amount of moles to take off at one point. But the reason I bring this up is...
that you're going to have yourself cloned?
And it's funny. It's not too annoying, Mike.
That's worse than being late.
It stopped.
He said to me,
if they leave a message, it'll make another sound.
Today, when we were at this lunch with Hughes, at one point, another one of the great awkward moments during this lunch, the discussion turned onto the topic of our former general manager, Ken Stevens.
Oh, good.
Now, I only mention this because today, Dr. Bombay told me while he was taking all of these moles off my back, said to me, at some point, we're going to have to deal with those skin tags.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I know I'm painting a hell of a sexy picture of myself right now with the earwax.
Does he do that, too?
And the moles. Yes, he would. I said I have a very important lunch date that I can't be late for today.
Yeah, you can't be bleeding from under the arms.
So I have a follow-up appointment next week to go in. Apparently, all of this stuff, all of these moles, all these skin tags, they're on my back. And, I never look at my back.
Right.
Anyway, he said he held up a mirror, and he said, do you ever look at yourself like this in the bathroom? And I said, no. He said, You should, because you have one of the moles that he took off was almost as big as a penny. It's almost like you know that movie with
that's not good
with Fred Savage. Is it the Austin Powers movie where
it's the third one, I think,
where he's got the thing on his face? This thing on my back was nearly as big. It looked like a big brown friggin' mushroom that he took off my back.
Melanoma, Molly Russell's wart.
You're in for a treat with the skin tags, though. I had one taken off under my arm once. And they have to cauterize it shut, and that's a smell you never forget.
Yeah, they burn them. They burn them off.
Smell of burning flesh.
No, he shot some numbing agent and just like with a paring knife went in there and just scraped
just
them off.
after the numbing agent, he uses a very dull ginsu.
Scraped it right off
like a samurai.
It's got a serrated edge, so you saw it.
Don and Mike show. Hello.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hi there.
I'm not a very educated man, but Tom spelling Brown, B-L-O-W-N, is blown, not blown, like Mr. O'Mara pronounced it.
Oh, blown. Okay, well, come on.
Yeah, but I mean, I knew that, but I was making it funnier by saying blown.
I thought so.
I apologize. It was very funny.
You should apologize. I don't think you're... wait, did you hang up on him?
Yeah. Sorry.
I was in the mood.
Don't autopsy the jokes.
Yeah, really. Come on, give me a break. I think I deserved a better apology.
Yeah. Be in a good mood today. Come on, compare it to...
Maybe it's all the stress prior leading up to today. You know how I am.
I know, but just listen to this.
It sort of pours out. I think I still have that hole in my stomach. And it didn't help that I got stopped by a cop on my way to the meeting.
You got balls to talk about. You know what that is? Now you're playing with the karma gods.
Mm-hmm, I know.
But go ahead.
No, I got stopped. Got a warning, fortunately.
What jurisdiction?
Shut up.
Okay.
It was somewhere in Annapolis.
Okay.
He's lucky. That's all. He's like one ticket away from being suspended.
All right.
Well, don't say
I groveled. I begged. I cried. I said it was my period. I said I was pregnant, that I had to get to the emergency room. I said that my cat died, my dog died. I was screaming. I was crying, sobbing. Please, no, God! You know when Ron Burgundy loses his dog and he calls the guy from the payphone? That's what I was doing. Baxter, no.
What was your violation, may I ask?
44 and a 25.
They should lock your ass up.
No, I was, here's the deal.
Thank goodness there were no kitties on that street, Mike.
I got this new SUV, see, and when you put the gas on it, it really kind of lunges forward. And and I was out of line. But, I mean, the fact is, it was bad. It was very bad. And I was seriously, I put it on the line. I said, look, if you want to see somebody who's remorseful, this is the person who's remorseful. I have blown it. I have also, in like 12 times over the last 20 years, getting these things, I have never even remotely caught a break. I respectfully beg on my hands and knees.
Telling you right now you're playing with fire by even mentioning this on the air.
I know. But the fact is, I now have learned. I have a lead foot. And you know what? The last time when I got that little letter, because it was in the mail and it wasn't blue lights flashing and the whole lot, I didn't learn my lesson. And I, goddamn well, I had my driver's license flash before my eyes today. And if you know what? I swear to God, that is if you want to have some way of like having it bored into your head, and you got to realize it's not just the highway or when you're out on the open road, it's even the little back roads and stuff. You got to chill out. I've got to chill out. And I realized today, the rest of the way, when I went the speed limit, Jesus.
Yeah, it's tedious.
Nobody goes the speed limit.
No one does.
I mean, I am really past like I'm going in reverse. And it takes some doing, and it takes some getting used to. But I really, I said to you earlier, if I was a woman, I would have cried. And, it's before this meeting. Yeah. We don't know how this meeting's going to go.
Right.
And I got this constrictive clothing on that I have to wear. It's my school clothes, which I hate.
Yes.
Which, the older I get, I regress. I'm more like a toddler now than I ever have been in my life. And I got to wear these things.
Which will happen first? Will you fall off the wagon first, or will you get a speeding ticket first?
Well, I think I answered that question for everybody. I am going to... I can't tell you. You know what might happen first? The speeding ticket, because it gets away from you.
Yeah.
You forget. What I'm trying to use is my cruise control. I'm trying to use cruise control so that I don't have any control. That my right foot filled with cinder blocks does not have any control over the vehicle anymore.
And maybe someday we can get you one of those cars where you have to, like, blow into the breathalyzer before you even start.
Never do that.
I'm kidding, of course, Mike.
Take that course.
But, it's,
yeah, just like you're kidding, of course.
No, the thing is, basically...
Listen, I don't think any cops are going to be out there gunning for you because Joe Law likes the show. I just think it's a bad idea.
This was... I have never groveled. I've never groveled. I didn't mention the show. I did not mention the show.
Don't mention.
I groveled. I told the truth. And the thing is, because I told the truth, when he looked at the thing... He saw that I was telling the truth because he saw the violations.
With your points?
And he said, listen, really, let this be the final time because otherwise you're going to be in a world of hurt.
Take that course.
And what?
Take that course. Buy yourself some headroom.
I'm a busy man. I have restaurants to run.
Too busy to keep your license?
I mean, really.
Look around cafe.
I'm busy. I'm a busy man.
You just should not have said anything. You should have just taken your good fortune and just put it in your back pocket. Tell your buddies because... I don't know.
Look,
it's
you know what?
Tempting fate.
Good fortune? I haven't had good fortune. I was passed by a tractor trailer that was going 130 miles an hour right before John Q, Pennsylvania, decided to pop me up there because I was going 68 miles an hour in a 55. And this truck, I swear to God, if this truck had wings on it, it would have been flying a San Francisco.
Slow down.
Truckers.
I deserved a break.
Maybe your good fortune starts here.
Yes.
You think so?
Maybe good luck come to you always.
Here's the deal. Here's where my good fortune is, and really, I'm worse than you are.
Okay, but I'm
not like incredible.
But have you not always portrayed me as the world's worst driver?
When I'm in I don't like being in the car riding shotgun, and that was because of Ireland.
Yeah.
When you almost killed us all in Ireland, which you did, and me in particular. I was the one that was next to the side view mirror when it exploded.
Those are very, it's like Rent the Movie, The Italian Job, or The French Connection. Those are very, very narrow streets.
You studied those movies.
I know that one time that we were down on the what's the road that goes down by the Pentagon? It's the one where they have like 50 caliber machine guns pointed at you.
295.
295 or the one before 295. 110.
Right.
It was the 110 going down there, and I know that was as angry as I've ever seen you at me, because apparently I was darting in and out of traffic, and you were trying to follow me.
I was trying to follow you.
Right.
Listen, all I'm saying is just make sure you drive the speed limit for the next couple of days, because you tempt fate when you come on and say the fact that you're so close in your points, and you got to...
I think this is completely inappropriate. I think this is... I don't think this is necessary. Joe printed me out a...
For Christ's sake, take an effing drink already. Love, Joe.
I don't think this has anything to do with that.
No, because when you've had a few drinks, you're always a very careful driver.
Look, I'm taking my good fortune, and I am appreciating it. And I was at the mercy.
Say it again now. You've learned it? Say it again now.
I have learned a lesson.
And I will take the course.
And I don't know if I'm going to take the course.
You'll buy yourself some safety, some insurance, some padding, some headroom there.
But how long do you have to do that? Well, no, I found that out, too.
Yeah.
I can't talk about that.
Right.
No.
I can't.
Think about it.
I can't talk about that.
Really? Why can't you talk about that?
Because that was I received some information about that course on the internet.
Yeah.
And I can't talk about it. Because if I do, it'll spoil it.
It'll spoil what?
Somebody said that...
I have not a clue what you're talking about.
No, I'm going to take the course myself.
Hi, Mike.
It's just... It's time-consuming is what it is. It's a weekend day.
Yeah.
Internet or what have you, it is an internet day.
So that you may keep your privilege to drive.
Now, I wonder if I could take it and also play, like, casino games up in the upper right-hand corner. I mean, I'm not computer savvy enough.
Listen, let me tell you about this lunch we had today, because really, I think, I feel bad for, I know that if I'm any model, when you come on the air and you say, I'm really an F-up, but I've had an incredible run of luck, and really,
Well, are you mad at me for saying it?
No, I'm not mad at you.
I mean, are you concerned with the fact that I said that I got the break?
Yeah, because it's almost like throwing it in the traffic god's face and saying, "Hey, I mean, it's one thing for you to say."
It would be different if I was doing that, going, "Hey, I'm Mr. Lucky. I'm Mr. Bad Luck."
No,
this was a break that I finally got, and I'm taking this break and I'm running. It's not going to be relevant.
Right.
It's not going to be relevant.
You're a new man.
It's a moot point. Let me tell you why it's a moot point.
Okay, Buzz.
Larry,
you know
it's a moot point.
No,
You
Buzz,
fat F.
Buzz just hit the nail on the head.
Oh, doesn't he always?
You're a new man.
You're a new man. It's
No,
you're like Scrooge on Christmas morning.
No, I'm not a new man.
You've been changed. You've been revived. You've been renewed.
That's even better, Scrooge on Christmas morning.
I know what could have happened to me.
Exactly. Exactly.
I know that.
And
That's why I
I
understand that. I didn't know it when I got the letter.
That's why you're a new man. You've learned your lesson.
I didn't know it when I got the letter, but today I know it.
You should just shut up about it. You had some good luck. You should just shut up about it and don't tempt nothing with nobody.
Right. I'm fine.
That's all.
I'm not tempting anything anymore.
Take it from someone who
I'm going to
fought
give
the
myself.
law.
You know what I did today?
And I lost.
Do you know we did our same thing today? You know we did that. We did what we always do.
What's that?
We've done this for 20 years.
What?
Anytime we got a meeting,
Yeah.
anytime we got an appearance, anytime we got anything, we always pass each other going around the block. And I caught you. I caught you, and you didn't see me.
No,
and I was giving you the big super goopy wave as I saw you looking over at the places you drove by. And I'm going, hey, I'm right here. I'm here. I'm early too.
Oh, the cell phone rings. I go, hello, and Mike says, I saw you. You just made a left-hand turn.
I did. Nothing wrong with punctuality.
That's right.
But now what I will be doing also is giving myself a tremendous amount more time to get where I'm getting.
Would you just stop saying things that you don't mean?
Okay.
Would you just? That's what I really want to say to you.
I'm going to blast home tonight at the speed of sound.
There you go.
Hello. So you can take the course.
Don and Mike show. Hello.
Hello, Don and Mike.
Hello there.
Mike, you need to invest in a radar detector.
Illegal in the state of Virginia in which we live in.
Right.
I would never break the law, sir.
So is speeding. There's no points involved with the radar detector.
Yes, but it's against the law, and I believe in upholding the law.
I know back in the day when we worked at that other station in Virginia that one day I was coming home from work and a cop stopped me because he saw that I had a radar detector and they were illegal in the state of Virginia. He took it out of my car. I swear to Christ, stomped on it with his big police ranger boot, and gave it back to me and said, "Remember, these are not legal in Virginia."
In Canada, they make you drive away over it. They put it under your tire and instruct you to drive away, so you have to destroy it yourself. I remember being stopped once by a cop who didn't know I had a radar detector until he walked up to the car, and then he looked in the window and kind of smiled and said, "How much you pay for that?"
Well, I don't know about the state of Virginia, but I want to thank people in the state of New Jersey. They were very helpful to me. I'm just, I don't want to identify where this happened.
Okay.
I feel bad now about saying it because now you're making me feel like I put the whammy on myself.
I think you did.
No.
You're like Peter Tomarkin now.
No.
But it's not going to be. It will only be relevant if I speed
and don't take the course.
It will only be relevant. What is all right? Let me ask you this:
What?
Going home on Route 66 this evening?
I don't doubt that tonight you'll drive extra.
No, I'm asking you.
Slow. Yes.
65 is acceptable, correct?
Mike.
65 and under?
Flow of traffic.
What's the posted limit?
55?
There you go, friend.
Flow of traffic.
There you go, friend.
Whatever everybody else is doing.
Why don't I just walk?
Set it at 62. Set it at 62 and just forget it. Come on. Okay.
Flow of traffic.
62?
Same speed as everybody else. Whatever they're doing, that's what you're doing.
The only radar detectors you can have in the state of Virginia is if you're a fan of Gary Berghoff. And you want to know what he's doing at all times.
Big picture of him in his military uniform. I'll let you know how. God, here we go.
You know what?
Another let you know.
I just thought of a way around this.
What?
We just had the meeting with the big guy. Why don't you, being as Howard's leaving, why don't you just get Howard Stern's limo to drive you to work every day?
It's available now.
Howard Steele?
The company will have a limo available in January.
I can read my paper on the way in and have a sip of orange juice, cold and waiting for me in the limousine.
Okay. About this lunch today.
Please.
Yes.
So, we had some issues with the company. We perceived that we had issues with the company.
That's a good way of putting it.
Things that we had heard from other people. So we had decided before this meeting we're going to use the Doyle Rose tactic. We're going to have a lunch. Now, they've scheduled lunch in a public place. We think that they've scheduled it in the public place because they think that we are going to yell and scream.
Make a scene.
Yeah, the Doyle Rose technique has been used due to the fact that we felt that was the only way we could make any headway.
It's almost like when you see a movie and you know that they're going to break up and the guy even says to the chick, "I'm taking you to a restaurant." She goes, You're breaking up with me be in a restaurant, so we can't have a scene. So this is their mindset, at least what we thought it was.
Incidentally, for those people that may have just tuned in and don't know what the Doyle Rose technique, it's very simple. Yeah. The Doyle Rose technique is as follows. If you cannot communicate with the colonel, you go to the general. If you cannot communicate with the major, you go to the colonel. I mean, that's how it works, and so forth and so on.
You can't talk to the private, you go to the lieutenant. I mean, whoever's next up on the food chain.
Just because you're not sure, and it can be a variety of reasons.
You get answers.
So this is just too great that we arrive and they're already inside the restaurant, and it's a booth. And they are sitting facing each other. So it's the president of the company, Bobby Baklava.
And they're kissing.
Bobby Baklava. I always get his name wrong.
Yeah, Bobby Bacala.
Bobby Bacala, thank you, from The Sopranos. And, of course, Michael Hughes, wisp of a man. So as we walk in, and this guy, Bobby Bacala, and really that's who he looks like from The Sopranos.
Okay.
The guy just could not be more New York. How you doing? Let's kiss on the cheek.
With all due respect, in a very good way.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, we're comfortable with that. We're comfortable. We've always been comfortable with that New York thing. We like it that way.
There's a frankness there.
Yeah.
Frankly, it's got tones of mafia to it.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that this guy, Bobby Bacala, the president of Infinity, is mobbed up, but I'm just saying he could play the role, okay?
Easily, yes.
So we sit down, and he's like, hey, hello, we shake hands. Immediately turn right to Hughes and say, you know what, Michael? I think to start, would you mind if Mike and I had just a few moments alone with Scott? Now, this
Bobby
catches...
Bacala.
Yeah, that's Bobby Bacala's real name is Scott. So this catches Hughes off guard, and he says, shocker. Sure, I guess I'll just I'll be in the lobby.
Now, we say 5 minutes.
But really,
it spills over into, we're getting everything. We're dealing with all our issues.
Right. So what's happening is we're sitting face to face with the guy who runs the company, right? And we're like, I can't get into specifics because we promised him that we would not.
Right.
We had lots of issues that we wanted answers to, and he had, surprisingly, he had answers for absolutely every question that we had.
That's great.
And, we know what our lot in life is, and we're happy.
It went much better than we expected, and in hindsight, perhaps we... if we'd known this earlier, we wouldn't have been this concerned about this meeting. I don't think I'm giving anything away by saying
communication's important.
So what's great is, now keep in mind, Hughes, as we have discussed many times, just does not have a backbone. It's like he's had a spleen. They've taken it out. He's got nothing back there. So we go to this high-powered meeting with the president of the company, and the first thing we ask him to do is leave the table so we can talk alone to the guy. Now, the reason we want to talk alone to the guy is that really, and this is good for anybody in any business, if you've got a boss who you think is just a backstabbing SOB and is just not being honest with you, not that Michael Hughes is either of those.
Yeah, I mean, really, and it's important to say that too, but we didn't know.
Okay.
Right. We really didn't know.
What you do is you sit the guy down who allegedly, who's the face of the company. And all we did was say, why are we hearing this and this and this? And we didn't want Hughes there because, frankly, as I said to Bobby Bacala, and Mike said it as well, we don't want him to put up his his reasons for this because we already know that he's pathetic.
Right.
So we get all the business done with Bobby Bacala.
Yeah, we wrap it up in about a half an hour? 20 minutes, half hour?
I was looking at my watch.
Great.
23 minutes.
23 minutes, good. We always check the time.
23 minutes. Michael Hughes has been away. I mean, it was the first friggin' thing out of my mouth. We walked to the table. Hi, nice to see you. Michael, would you mind leaving us alone?
We wanted to just cut through the crap, and we wanted to deal with it.
Right.
And so when we wrap this up, we tell the waiter to go find Michael wherever he is. The waiter goes away for about 6 minutes, comes back to the table and says, he's gone.
We can't find him. Now, at this point, and frankly, who cares about Michael Hughes' feelings? I mean, that's his whole problem. The guy has got just the thinnest freaking skin in the world. I mean, grow a set, you wuss. If it was me and I'm having a meeting and two of my employees say, leave and let us talk to the boss, I might walk away, but I think after 5 minutes I would come back and say...
He did come back. Remember he came back briefly?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he came back. He came back.
Didn't make an impression?
He did.
I
gets credit on that one.
I didn't notice.
You were very involved.
Oh, did you send him away?
No, I believe Bobby Bacala may have sent him away.
That's an even better part.
Don't you remember that?
I swear to Christ, I
he
don't
ducked
remember
over
that.
for a second, but then obviously there was he went away. The waiter looked for him.
So,
he's gone.
Now it's been over 30 minutes that we've been in the restaurant and we've sent Hughes away. Mike says, "I'm going to go find him."
I'm going to go find him. So I go take a look in the bar. Thinking he might be in there, like having his third gin and tonic or something. I go all the way through the lobby. This restaurant's in an office building. I go out to the lobby of the office building, nowhere to be found. I go out in front of the office building, nowhere to be found. He's gone.
Wow.
Where'd he go? Don't know.
Don't know where he is. And meanwhile, everybody's kind of chuckling, like, where is he? Everybody seemed to vibe on that when I was walking out there. It was very strange.
Well, come on, Mike. Everybody in the restaurant.
I think everybody kind of knew we were there.
The people that work at the restaurant know us anyway, so they knew we were there with our big bosses. And after Mike came back and announced that he couldn't find him, then it became...
You pulled a great move, though. You get out the old cell phone.
I call him up. I call him up and go, "Hey, Michael, it's Don. Where are you at?" "I'm in the lobby." I said, "Mike was just there." I said, "Hold on, I'll have Mike come out and make sure that you're there." "Oh, no, I can find my way back."
And then bingo bango, he's back there looking like he had just had a blood transfusion.
So this guy, he's been now away from the table for a half hour. He sits down, and he doesn't say anything like, oh, I know, this was the great thing. He sat down, and it was an awkward moment.
Yeah.
And nobody said anything. And I said, well, I bet you wonder what we were talking about. You're fired. I don't know how else to tell you this. Now, Bobby, Soprano's president, he's laughing. We're laughing. Hughes has that look on his face like, this is a joke, right? That I'm fired? It's a joke. And for the rest of lunch, which was a good hour, not once did he even mention jokingly that he had been asked to leave the table, that he had not been included in the conversation, and this had to be the worst for him. When the food finally comes and all the business talk is done, when finally maybe Hughes thinks he can save some of his dignity, right?
Oh, good.
He's just been just totally emasculated during this thing. Really, he has. I mean, who else would stand and take that? Nobody would, except a wuss like him. As we're all eating and talking, the topic comes out about this guy, Scott, worked in New York for the company when we were up in New York. Anyway, the topic comes around to Ken Stevens, who was the general manager like 5 years ago. And, as much as we hated Ken when we had to work for him, and, in hindsight...
It's kind of a tradition to hate general managers.
In 2020, you look back and you say, compared to the guy we got now, Ken was an ass, but in some ways he wasn't that bad. So Hughes comes back, and after the awkward sitting down and not saying anything like, gosh, how come I was left there? Everybody starts talking about Ken Stevens stories.
Which is his predecessor.
What it was like when Ken ran the station and how Ken did things.
Pretty amazing.
And also, I don't know if you noticed that when we were ordering our food even, everybody would stop and talk, and the waiter would wait. But when Hughes would order his food, everybody just kept talking. And
I didn't notice that.
Even the waiter,
that part I didn't notice.
Even the waiter was engrossed in what everybody was saying. It was like, he stopped, and Mike ordered what he ordered, and Bobby ordered, I ordered what I ordered. It gets to Hughes, and he goes, what's good? And I don't know, somebody said something like, what's the name of that salad they got here? And anyway, the whole conversation starts. And meanwhile, Hughes just sitting there like the neutered dog that he is.
Abandoned.
Anyway, it was a spectacular moment for someone as petty as me.
Well, you know
someone
what?
as petty as Mike.
It's something where we've been pissed off.
You needed some answers.
And we have been pissed off as far as the lack of communication around here.
Rightly so.
We needed to get some communicating, and we got some communicating, and hopefully this is the way it's going to be. And I have no reason to believe it's not. That now if we have trouble communicating, I think we're going to be able to communicate without having to muck it up around these hallways.
Listen, that's the word that we got today was basically, if you have any questions, just call New York.
There you go.
Exactly. And
that's excellent.
For the very first time since I think we've been here, count on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But anyway, it was just great. I mean, the thought that you've got
because everything we were told also, I will make sure that we're going to keep an eye on things here.
No, of course. you go into this meeting, this big high-level meeting. Well, we basically takes it, and then what's so great is that we get done with everything, and Mike and I say, okay, we got to do the show. We got to leave now. We got to leave a little earlier. Right. Hughes stands up like he's ready to leave, like he can't wait to get out of the restaurant. And Bobby says to him, you know what? You give me a ride back to the station. You guys go ahead. We got some stuff to talk about here. And that's where Hughes had the look on his face. He just gave me a look that here's what the look said. You bastard, you sold me out. And the look that I gave him was, and you're surprised?
Yeah.
Really, it was all unspoken with Michael Hughes. Yeah. You know,
it's nothing we haven't talked about on the radio, right?
Absolutely.
For 6 months.
Could have talked about it.
Jesus Christ.
Talked about it for a long time.
It's too great. I mean, it had to be maybe the most embarrassing moment of Michael Hughes' broadcast career. If you can say that he's had a broadcasting career. That would be it today. You're showing up for at a power restaurant in D.C. You'll have the power table in D.C. Everybody knows that we're there. The president of the freaking company is there, and you can't sit at the table with us. You got to walk around outside like a lost dog.
Feels good. Why not?
That's right. You deserve it.
Bingo.
You deserve it.
And a good lunch for the show.
And
yes, very good.
And don't send me any more notes saying that management is upset. Because the only person in management that was ever upset was Michael Hughes. I flat out asked the guy. I said, were you mad when I said we should line up all the executives and it would only take one bullet to shoot them because it would go through one head? And really, Bobby Bogdan said, no, I got no problem with that. Right. Well, guess who had a problem with it?
Yeah. They pay attention to certain things that are larger than that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
I would hope so.
As it's always been in this company.
Anyway, I know that this is just incredibly petty of us, but too friggin' bad. He really deserves it. Screw you.
Wasn't it nice to get all those things off our chest, though?
Yeah.
That's always a good thing.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it really, really was. Long overdue. Man, oh man, long overdue.
Ooh, boy.
The only thing, I left that meeting with one regret. I really, really regret that we hadn't done it sooner. I
stepped on his neck like that?
Yeah. When we were first getting the but now we know it for sure.
Now you know.
So next stepping over, because really it's so bruised, he'll probably be talking like he's sucking helium.
How good, and good luck showing your face around here now. And he should know this. I've told everybody in the building. I mean, even before we went on the air today.
Well, they kind of knew him.
I was downstairs. Ask Colette. Hold on a second. I love Colette. Lady that works at the front desk. Everybody knew that we have this thing with the management today.
Right.
With the big boss.
Hello?
Hey, Colette, baby.
Hi.
You can tell anybody what I told you down in the parking lot now.
Okay.
Because we already said it on the radio.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Colette.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. Take care. Petty, you bet we are.
Oh, but listen, these are the ties that bind.
Yeah,
because
right.
When I pulled back into the station today, Colette was down there, having her Joe Camel break. And she said, baby, how'd your meeting go? I said, oh, my God, can you keep a secret for 45 minutes?
Because you were dancing inside the building.
She said, oh, tell me. I said, oh, it's great, Colette. We cut his legs right out from under him. We didn't let him sit at the table with us. She's like, oh, God.
She was very depressed to hear that.
She was not happy. She said, that's awful.
Yeah,
the quote was, what an awful
She was
way.
not happy.
How dare you, Mr. President?
Now we've gone too far.
She just listened and nodded.
There you go. As always, we've gone too far.
Yes, of course we have.
Okay, that's all.
That's what we do.
That's it. That's the end of our meeting, and that's, for today, the end of the bitching about working here.
Well, good.
Okay? And thanks to the great staff at the Wheaton, Maryland Applebee's.
Really, the chicken fingers were so good today. It was fantastic. The flat iron steak,
tasty,
just delightful. It was so good. And the nachos were, weren't as stale as they normally are.
Oh, that's good. You lucked out then.
It was really, really good.
It's nice you got the power table, the one under the trombone.
Not even mentioning. We're going to have to break here.
And thank you to our waitress and waiter, both of them with a wide assortment of pins.
They call it flair.
Flair. Right.
When we come back, I think we're having Joe Theismann will be on in a second.
All right. Joe's going. Now, Joe is going to Monday Night Football.
Yes.
And what network is going to have? Is it going to be ABC?
ESPN.
ESPN will be doing the Monday night game.
He's going to work with the monkey like Al Michaels.
When does that start?
That starts next year.
Next year. Okay.
Next year. So we'll talk to Joe about football, and then, oh goddamn, I got some very, I believe, hot lesbian come-on mail to me that came to the website.
Really? Oh, do share.
That's right. Oh, I will, Buzz. Do share. We've got the announcement of the WJFK, our station here in D.C., the Star of the Month.
Ah, the employee?
Yeah, the employee of the month.
Is it C. David Howard?
It is not C. David Howard. You know, and we have just found out that the sales tool, Dave Howard.
Right?
It's C. David Howard, not like C. Spot Run.
And I have no idea why he has not used that in his name. I think
C. Period.
Right. David Howard.
Does sound cool.
Like C. Thomas Howell.
He is such a tool, and he says to me today, I don't know why you bring this up or why you even know that. And I said, Dave, remember yesterday you gave me a note on your stationery, and your stationery...
Oh, so he didn't just volunteer this.
Oh, hell no.
You found out about it.
Yeah, well, he has it printed on his stationery.
C. David Howard.
C. David Howard.
So I said he's got to keep that. He's got to use that. He's got to introduce himself as that. You know, all you need is a name like that.
What does the C stand for?
He wouldn't let on.
Coward? No, that's Michael Hughes.
That'd be Coward Howard.
Yeah, that would rhyme.
And C. Michael Hughes. I'm sorry.
Cry.
I know a word that starts with C.
So do I. Mm-hmm. But we don't know if he's married. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
The Widow Howard.
Hello.
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 Yes, I want to talk to Mike about the driver safety course from AAA.
You sound like you're a friend of ours. Is that true?
It's your teacher.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
I'm glad you called. Thank God. What can we do for you?
It's a pretty easy test. All you got to do is go online to AAA, and it's a couple of chapters. You answer the questions right, and after you're done doing that online, you just register at like a Nova, and you go in there and you take a test and you pass it, and they give you 5 points on your license.
How's the TC going? How's TC?
Hey, be careful. This guy's connected.
Oh, this guy's not mobbed up.
He's a friend of ours.
No, this guy's not a friend of ours. Are you a friend of ours?
Am I a friend of yours?
You know what I mean. Are you in the Donnie Brasco way? Are you a friend of ours?
Yes, I'm a friend of yours.
No, you're not.
No, see, he's a friend of yours. See.
I'm just a friend concerned about my buddy Mike. He needs to get them 5 points back.
Thank you, brother. I'll go to the website. In fact, put him on hold so he can give Joe the website. And
hold on, TC.
I'll check that out. I'm getting a lot of advice on that. But, you know, the best advice is the advice I'm going to take, and that's to slow down.
It saves lives.
It does.
55.
Yeah, there's a reason they have double nickels out there.
That's right.
Okay?
Right.
I've learned.
Learn it. Live it. Learn it.
Absolutely.
Learn it. Live it. What was it? No shoes, no shirt, no dice.
I'm going to buy a 2-cylinder car. So I can't go over 55.
You're funny. You're funny. Okay. We've got calls. Man, we've got calls. We got a break. And then we'll come back with something besides Michael Hughes and lunch today.
If I'm not back on time, start without me.
Okay.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Don and Mike on the Edge, 1550. Joe Theismann said it was the first time he ever called our show.
You can't win an argument against a football player when he says that to you.
Never. You ever been on a Super Bowl? Well, no, I watched them on TV.
I watched them in the comfort of my own living room.
Here we go. Here is now from ESPN, soon to be on Monday Night Football. Here is Joe Theismann.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, guys. How are you?
We're doing great.
You're right. You don't forget, Don.
No, I don't.
Joe, that was really, I mean, how can you possibly rebut that comment when you're having an argument or a discussion?
You cannot.
No, you know what? I guess those are my chassis days, I think.
We won't even get into it. It was something about Jim McMahon, and
it was great.
The call out of the blue, Joe Theismann, hey, I love your show, guys. I'm listening every morning. Don.
I believe that's the morning the color ran out of our faces.
Don, have you ever been in a Super Bowl?
I listened. I think I was listening to a tirade by you on Jim McMahon, and I basically wanted to propose a question to you.
It was fantastic. And it was the start of a long friendship.
Yes. It has been. I miss you. I miss playing golf with you, Michael. I haven't seen you in a while. Of course, Donald, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Nah, Joe, well, anyway, gosh, you know a lot has happened to me.
I know it has.
Thank you for your kind words when that stuff happened. Now, if we could get past that and talk about you going to Monday Night Football before we talk about any football stuff.
It's exciting.
Okay, so you got the gig. You got to work with Al Michaels. How do you get along with Al Michaels? I know you're going to say great, but
well, no, you know what? I don't really know Al that well. Al and I have really been together on 3 different occasions.
we've played golf together, and we did a Super Bowl show out in San Diego a few years ago when I had a chance to visit with him. But the times that I have spent around Al, I've enjoyed his company. I've enjoyed the time being with him, but it's been on a very limited basis. I'm looking forward to working with Al. Monday night is the venue that really has sort of defined my career in different ways. So to be able to work in it is great, too. But
hold on. And that's hello, Joe.
We were afraid of that.
Joe. He was on like the worst cell phone in the world. Yeah. But at least we can get a word in edgewise now.
That'll be the shortest answer.
This is your chance.
That'll be the shortest answer we get. Hey, I wonder, is he still in the area? Does he still live around here? I mean, he has throughout his career. I wonder if he still does.
It's a shame he doesn't have Al Michaels' cell phone. It's got that brown tooth technology.
All right, we'll wait for Joe T to call back.
Yeah.
Because I do have questions for him, like getting that gig, and what about even though it's still on ESPN, Monday Night Football will be on ESPN. Oh, here he is.
Oh, look at the phone.
Here's Joe again. Hey, Joe.
Was I talking too much again?
No, but your cell phone kind of crapped out.
The phone
there.
just went. You were talking.
Yeah, sure. Blame my phone.
No, it went.
Well, these calls from Mars are really hard to get through. Sometimes.
Are you still, Joe? Are you still in the area? You still live here, right? Yeah.
We're out in the Leesburg area, still out on the farm.
Okay.
All right, Joe. How do you handle it with Mike Patrick and with the other guy, Paul McGuire? Thank you. How do you handle it with them when really you're leaving next year for obviously what you consider to be a premier gig, Monday Night Football? Those guys, and I know it's not you making the decision.
Well, Mike's going to college football, right? He's going to be doing the college game.
Paul and Michael probably work together in college.
They're doing that together. I know you're really good friends with Mike Patrick.
And Paul McGuire as well. We really are. The three of us spend a lot of time together. We play golf together. We spend a lot of time talking about the game. We go out to dinner together.
So how awkward is it? Please, Joe, be honest. I realize they're your friends, but how awkward is it when you guys are getting ready for your Sunday night game when you know that at this time next year they're going to be in butt-scratch Alabama watching, Auburn play Tennessee, and you're going to be in, with Al Michaels, that means limos, that means helicopters, that means
fire trucks.
Well, Don, I think you said it best in the beginning, and you can't get away from the fact that it's not a decision that any of us have made. It's a decision that someone else made. So keeping that in mind, what we decided, and when the announcement was made, I was concerned in the beginning because, like I said, these are a couple of friends of mine, and they're really breaking up a team that has worked together, and we think quite well for a number of years.
Agreed.
I think Paul's been with us for 7 or 8. So, the first thing is, oh my gosh, what's it going to be like? But Paul called me right away and said, hey, look, I am tickled for you. I am thrilled. Let's make this the best year that we've ever had on ESPN Sunday Night Football. Michael was disappointed, but he said, you know what? We're going to show them we are the best group, and we're going to give everybody something to shoot for. And so it was really their genuineness and their commitment to being professionals that really has made the transition for next year a lot easier. And I got to be honest with you, because the announcement was made before the 2005 season,
right,
a lot of people don't even know that it's taken place. Because, this year is the same year.
Oh, right, I got you. So
do you,
nothing's different.
Did you think that you'd be doing the broadcast game this long, Joe? You've been at it a while. Did you think you'd be doing it this long?
I hoped. Once I got into broadcasting and found out how much I loved the game of football, I had hoped that I could continue to stay in it. And the great thing about this world, Mike, is it's always changing. It's like you guys on radio. When you do your show tomorrow, you have no idea what events have taken place. And all of a sudden, you're walking in there with a whole new, fresh circumstance to working with.
Not really.
I'm in the same situation. Well, other than Don. Don works in the same script all the time.
Yeah, that's right. Same crap every day. Thank you, Joe.
I know, but I didn't want to say that. I've known you so long, I realize it's a terrible rut, to be honest with you.
Same old act.
You said be honest.
It's like Mike comes on the show and he goes, okay, let's drag Don through another one. Okay, it's Tuesday, let's drag Don through another one.
I know I'm a hack, but I'll tell you what, even though I'm a hack, you're the biggest hack because the commercial that you do, and Joe, I cannot I cannot bust your balls for doing
You mean the one in the yellow slicker?
The one where he's in the stadium?
We're at RFK.
Oh, that's the one.
You're
yeah.
selling life insurance.
My God, they run that all the time.
God, you're a whore with that.
Thank you for watching.
In that commercial, don't you even reference that your injury? Isn't it something like, "Hi, I'm Joe"?
I think it's an insurance commercial.
I'm Joe Theismann. If I hadn't suffered...
go ahead, Joe. Give him a plug. What's the commercial for?
It's for Colonial Penn. Yeah. In some parts of the country, it's called Mexico. But yeah, and you know what? You know why I appreciate you saying that? Because that means you're watching it.
Of course. How can I not watch it? I know you, and it's like, I see you, and you're right. You're wearing like a Gordon's fisherman jacket.
Well, it was a cold November, late November day. It was a typical Redskin weather. I ordered it for the shoot, as a matter of fact.
Then really about Monday Night Football, and this is no BS. I've read in Rudy Martzke's columns, and when we talked to Rudy, and on the occasions that we hung around John Madden through Rudy, we found out that, really, no BS, Al Michaels does have a separate deal on Monday Night Football, that he does get big jets, and he does get limos, and he stays like at the Four Seasons.
I think it's great.
Now, are you, my question is, do you get the same treatment?
Well, no, the light's still on where I'm staying.
Motel 6. Good. That's good that you're doing well.
Now, really.
No, you know what? Those things to me are so secondary to having the opportunity and to be afforded the privilege to be able to be a part of a Monday night telecast. And like I said, Al has really got, I think it's been 20-some-odd years since he has been, the voice of Monday Night Football with various partners. I'm excited about having the opportunity to spend, hopefully the next 5 and many more years after that.
Do you think
I really have found something that I love, and that's football.
Do you think that he'll let you sit in the backseat of the limo with him, or would you have to sit up front with the driver?
You know what, Don? The trunk would be fine.
He's not Joe. You know what? I know you're giddy and you're happy about that.
Well, I think you're good. I think, really, you and Mike, and then when Paul came on, you guys really have been terrific for all those years, and I know you're going to do a great job on Monday Night Football.
Well, guys, we're three guys that are just like you. Just like every fan of the game of football. When we're sitting there, we don't agree all the things. We see things differently. And we do it in a way where we respect each other. It's not cutting. It's not nasty. It's just that, Paul says things and, I don't agree with him sometimes. And I say things and he moves his chair closer to Mike. And so we just, we really do. I mean, for us, it's like three guys sitting around. If you were sitting in a bar and the guy sitting next to you was Paul McGuire, you would be in for a great 3 hours of entertainment, and he'd probably pick the tab up at the end, which would make it a great night.
Probably some big beer farts, too.
Oh, God.
Not going there, Don.
I know you're not. I know you're not going there.
Like I said, Mike, things change, some things don't.
Now this is an important question. When you go to Monday Night Football, who will the sideline reporter be? Do you guys know yet?
Actually, both Michelle Tafoya, who is Michelle's on maternity leave right now.
She's good. She really is
and
good.
And then Susie Colbert will be coming as well.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So the two girls will be there, and then Al and I upstairs.
When you talk to Susie Colbert in real life, does she always talk like this, really intense with you, Joe? Like, yeah, thanks, Mike. I'm here on the sidelines now, and the Ravens are really... Does she tone it down at all in real life, Joe?
Yeah, she does, Don. She does. She just gets excited about it.
I know she does. Christ, she does. Jesus.
I am looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Last question.
I do, too. And it's going to be, obviously you can't recapture what Frank and Don and Howard had. I mean, that was such a unique time in television. You only had 3 networks. Now you have 3,000, it seems like.
Is there the possibility, Joe, that they're going to throw a third wheel in there eventually? Are they still leaving that door open, or is this the way it's going to be for the next 5 years?
No, this is the way it'll be. Yeah. I don't believe we'll be adding a third to the booth. It'll be Al and I. And then Susie and Michelle, okay. I think, will be on the sidelines. That's the way it's set up to go now. But, Mike, you never quite know. When I started at ESPN, Mike and I did 8 years together, or 10 years, of just the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked in a two-man booth for a long time, and then Paul was added, and then we had different sideline reporters. We had Solomon Wilcox was one of our reporters on the sideline for a while. So we've had different people go through, but I believe that this Monday night package, as far as the way we're set up, is going to be the way it'll be for for all intent and purposes, the future.
Okay, 2 more questions about Monday Night Football. First, and you don't have to be totally 100%. Don't give us a number, but are you making more money than you made before?
I got a cost of living increase.
Okay, all right. And second, will there be any way that you will include the genius that is Trey Wingo into your Monday Night Football? I mean, hey, Joe, at ESPN, have you had a chance to see Trey Wingo in the hallways at all, or are you?
It's been a long time since I've actually been at football because we're on the road with our remotes. But I have run into Trey from time to time. Yeah,
he is one annoying guy.
I haven't seen Trey Wingo.
He's not.
Joe, he needs...
You know what? People say the same thing about you, and I say the same thing to them. No, he's not.
And it's fine. And I tell people I need Ritalin, too. Just like I think this guy, Trey Wingo. I mean, I'm thinking of all the people at ESPN because, they whore out the Monday Night people for the Monday Night Countdown show on ESPN. Right. Madden's on that show. So will you be having interaction with Stuart Scott and those other guys before the game?
So I think the way, from what I understand, is our Monday night show really is going to start Mike and Mike, our radio show in the morning. I think that'll be from the site of the telecast for the Monday night game. We'll have our NFL Countdown show will be a part of it. Our primetime heroes. It's going to be quite the spectacle of ESPN. It will be the total package with the culmination of the evening being the ball game. But
right on.
It's going to be a little bit like the circus coming to town. It's going to be an event. It's not just a football game.
Then the final question I'll ask you, because you answered this question for me personally one time, not on the air. Is it still the situation that if you could die and come back as you would be happy?
Yeah, I would. It's either me or Don. I wasn't, you
want to come back as you, Joe.
I'll tell you guys, I have been the luckiest guy in the world. I mean, it's and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. We have had our contentious moments. We have had fun. It's relationships like you guys. It's relationships that I've had with Mike and Paul and it's relationships that I've had with my friends in the area. Washington is my home, and I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to be here. It's exciting. The Redskins are playing good football. But then I'm around a world that I've been a part of for 31 years, professional football. Right. And, I mean, if you can't get up in the morning and get excited about going to do something, then my suggestion is go find something else because
I'm trying. Now,
I'm trying.
They'll hire you. That's the problem.
Do you still think... Because you used to say all the time that you could still go out and play. Do you still think that you could go out there and if you had a decent offensive line...
It's been a while since you've asked that question. I want to hear what the answer is.
Could you still sling the ball and still make it happen?
No. Absolutely not. I actually threw last year. I've thrown for different teams. The Redskins, I throw in training camp a little bit. I've thrown for the New England Patriots, the Oakland Raiders. I mean, Nora's been great to me. Billy Belichick up in New England has.
Billy.
Last year, I finally wound up with a rotator problem in my right shoulder. Unable.
Ouch.
Would you return?
The old rubber band wore out.
Would you return punts?
In a heartbeat.
There you go.
I would love, I mean, I can't run anymore, but, I look at some of these guys in the league, neither can they.
Okay. Joe,
why not give it a whirl?
As always, we remain fans of yours, and we're very happy for your success. We love you on ESPN, and good luck on Monday Night Football.
I appreciate it, and I appreciate you saying fans, but you guys have always been friends.
Oh, yeah, and we are big fans.
Thanks, Joe.
All right.
Take care, Mike. I'll see you in the golf course, I hope.
Absolutely.
All right, bye, Joe.
Bye.
Bye-bye. They're Joe Theismann, everybody.
It's a happier Joe than we interviewed the last time.
Sure. Of course, he got the Monday Night Football game.
I'll never forget that. I saw him on the golf course one time. He looks over and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" Joe, he says, "Mike, if I could die and come back as me, it would be okay." And I missed him with my golf club by about 6 inches. It just went whirling right over his head.
Because what he's not telling you, I didn't want to get into it with him on the phone, is that, like, Rudy had hit me to the fact, way back in the day, that Al Michaels, I think it was, who were we talking about at the time? Oh, I know. It was when Boomer Esiason was still on Monday Night Football.
Right.
So Rudy Martzke, who was writing the TV column for USA Today, said to me one of these things, and can't ever tell anybody, but it's 10 years later, so what the hell, that I guess Boomer Esiason was pissed that whenever they flew into whatever the town was for the Monday night game, that there was a gigantic limo for Al Michaels. And I guess there was a limo for even Dan Deerdorf, a smaller town car. And that Boomer Esiason, he said, "Where's my car?" And they said to him seriously, "There's the taxi cab sign."
Ouch.
And then he said, "Take me to the Monday Night Football Hotel."
Right.
And in whatever city it was that they were in, they brought him to the Four Seasons Hotel, where they said, "Oh, only Mr. Al Michaels is staying here."
Oh, wow.
That Boomer was going to be at the Holiday Inn or the
Kind of
Roach
reminds
Motel.
us of our Super Bowl trips when we go down there.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, and I guess Al Michaels has like the sweetest deal where he gets like a police motorcade to the game.
Do you believe in miracles?
So I hope that Joe can piggyback on some of that.
You know, Joe, I think one thing he's always been a pretty good negotiator.
In time.
So,
in time.
You know, anybody that's been married that many times can handle that. You know, just absolutely. Hey, I'm allowed to say that I've been married too.
Not as many times as him.
What's he, 3? Or is he 4?
I think 4.
Yeah, that's why I love him.
I think, but you know, are you like me? I don't even count Kathy Lee Crosby.
No.
To me, even though they were officially married, I don't even count that
doesn't
one.
count.
Do you count that one?
No, TV star.
You know what that is, Mike? That's a mulligan. That's a marriage mulligan.
You get
That's
a do-over.
A do-over.
Yeah, you get a do-over.
It happens.
You drop. You get a drop. That's exactly what that is.
No loss of down. No problem at all.
All right,
he's a good guy. He really is. I know a lot of people say, you know, look, you can hear it whenever he does an interview. He's got the ego. Everybody knows that. But you know what? He has been, as far as this show is concerned, he's been a consistent friend to both of us. He really has.
And just in case he's listening, Joe, don't you ever forget, when you wrote your autobiography after the Redskins won the Super Bowl, and you were nice enough to come by the show, and you brought us copies of the book, and you wrote a wonderful inspirational message in mine. I still have it. It says, "Don, you're the best. Joe Theismann." You spelled your Y-O-U-R.
And you will always have that, man. You got that on him.
Right. Your.
Where's the apostrophe?
Y-O-U-R. Wrong! Wrong. Hey, Joe, it's Don. You ever get pronunciation wrong? Do we have the tape of him? You got the original tape of him?
This is the first time he ever called the show. Back when we were doing the morning show.
This is a great tape.
Don, Joe Theismann. How you doing, buddy? I listen to your show every morning. I'm sitting at my farm, and I just heard the story about McMahon. And let me explain something to you. Okay. First of all, I've been there. See, you haven't been here for a short period of time. Yeah, it is me, Don. I'm not kidding. I'm flat square honest. I love your program in the morning, but you don't really know what Joe Theismann's like. You ever been in the Super Bowl?
How do you argue with that?
And then you kind of hear in the background, you hear me I'm trying to say something.
You're trying to say something, but then that was before.
Come back.
And then the Super Bowl thing, it's like, we've kept that tape for a million years.
Worth
How
it.
you doing, buddy?
And, you know, the other thing he does that is slightly annoying, but I guess it's better than putting a Y on the end of it. Like, if he was to call you Mikey and call me Donnie,
right?
He does love calling you Michael.
And he calls you Donald.
And today I got the Donald.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Joseph.
Well, you should have said that.
Well, I would, except it wouldn't bother him.
No,
that's the way he is.
Then he might come back with, "You ever been in a Super Bowl?" What do we say at that
point?
Right. Just remember, the name is Trey Wingo.
Trey Wingo. I got to look for this. What does Trey Wingo do on ESPN?
He humps the table.
Really?
I mean, Trey Wingo is, as Warren Zevon would say, is an excitable boy. Trey Wingo, I don't know if he knows anything about
Is Trey
sports.
Wingo the one with the oversized head?
Well, they all are, but yeah.
The real oversized head with he leads with his jaw.
Yes, TiVo, is it NFL Live? Whatever their NFL show is.
Okay.
So when I get home, it's like, "Welcome, America, to the show that you can't miss, NFL Live!" Yeah, and the guy is screaming there, and you know he's got the 2 ex-jocks that are sitting next to him, and they're just looking
talking
at him
with their hands.
Yes. And the other guy on ESPN, who I think is kind of a prick, a former player, Sean Salisbury.
Oh, God.
Is there a more know-it-all guy? Is there? Have you ever seen a guy on TV when they're showing whatever some guy is screwed up? It's like, can you believe? Let's look at this play again. I played the game.
Right.
You don't make this throw. You don't make this throw.
And they all go to Talk With Your Hands College. Really, I think that there's some guy out there that coaches these guys. Say, put the hands up in the air. Get the hands up in the air right now.
And I'm watching that. And on one hand, I'm torn. I don't necessarily think that jocks should immediately go from the playing field to the broadcast booth. You got to really, like with Joe, you got to be a good talker.
If you had to make a choice, if you had to make a choice between sports writers and jocks, who belongs in the broadcast? Because it's a push, in my opinion. You get so many of these sports writers that are just pumps.
It would depend on the guy.
I mean, Tony Kornheiser would be, and Michael Wilbon would be an exception to the rule.
Okay, then let's just stick with...
How about like a guy like Mike Lupica?
Okay, you could just shoot him today, and I'd be
Mike
happy.
Lupica, seriously, if I see Mike Lupica like in a bar, and he has that tone...
We'd have to have a booster seat.
And then it just knock him on his ass.
But this guy, Sean Salisbury, and I'll get off this topic, because only people that watch ESPN like I do would maybe even get pissed about this. He has the arrogance of a former player, which is okay because he played the game. He loves pointing that out. I played quarterback in this league. But unlike Joe or Michael Irvin or some of the others, Steve Young, as far as I'm concerned, like Sean Salisbury is the Don and Mike of the NFL.
Really? What are you saying?
What I'm saying is he never amounted to dick. He made it to the NFL. He played on a couple of teams, but at best, he'll be remembered maybe as the guy who, for one game got in when some other guy was hurt, and now he's on ESPN, and he's got...
Yeah, for one game, he did a broadcast to Russia.
Yeah, right.
But it happened 20 years ago.
Okay? See, I can be self-defecating. I get jokes.
I like it, especially the joke about self-defecating.
Self-defecating.
And that's hard to do, especially. And you need to, go to the store, just like Michael Hughes went to the store.
Don and Mike show. Hello.
Depends.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Just had a quick Trey Wingo story.
Oh, yeah. And listen, part of the reason that I'm fixated on this guy as well is, like, he keeps introducing himself as Trey Wingo.
That's a funny name.
As if, like, what was the bet that your parents had going? The last name is Wingo. So the first name's Trey?
I'm Trey Wingo. My favorite band is Oingo Boingo.
Anyway, what about the hyperactive Trey Wingo?
Well, I have to say, he is kind of mildly pompous on set, but I was at the Hall of Fame, the Football Hall of Fame weekend this year, and couldn't meet a nicer guy. He was like you and me, just huge football fan.
Right. You mean like me, not like you.
Yeah. And?
I'm kidding, of course.
Yeah.
That's it?
Super nice blood.
He's a nice guy. All right, he's a nice guy.
Just remember one thing, Batman.
What's that?
If Ringo Starr's mother married Trey Wingo's... Wait a minute. If Ringo Starr married Trey Wingo's mother, she'd be Ringo Wingo. I blew that. Thanks for the help, Rob. I got to start drinking again. I won't mess that up.
Joe
drinking.
And you know what they play on Saturday night, don't you? They play bingo.
Wingo bingo.
Pretty nice. Pretty.
If Trey Wingo had starred as the big man in Blazing Saddles, he'd be Mongo Wingo. That's the only one I have.
You're out.
I'm going way back with that one.
You're a loser in the Wingo game.
Sorry about that.
Big loser in the Wingo game. And Rob
Hold on, someone's put something in front of me.
Rob gave you the best Ringo star.
You say it. I don't get it.
What is it, Rob?
Well, he was named that. He's a big fan of the Beatles' Dwemer. Wingo, Dwemer.
Okay. Now you're out.
You called for it. You asked for it.
Sometimes we're not a smart one to pass on.
It's my fault.
I'm saving this one because he wrote it down and I passed on it.
Mike passed on it.
And he doesn't try to throw me under the bus with those. He really thought that was funny.
Would you autograph that for us, please?
I would be glad to.
What a great one-liner that is.
Hang it next to Shovel.
Stands right up there with Mike's try.
Yes, it does.
I think mine was better. I think Mongo Wingo was better than that one.
All right. Try number 2.
Second try.
Second try. Okay. Yeah. He loves the Beatles' Dwemer.
Wingo.
No. Mongo Wingo is better than that.
Not funny.
Not funny.
Not funny.
Excellent timing.
Hello there, Don and Mike show.
Don.
Yes, and Mike. We're both here.
Don
Hi.
and Mike.
Hello.
Hi. You're forgetting that Salisbury was the big wig on BattleBots.
Was he really?
We had forgotten.
With Larry Michael?
I don't even remember.
Was it Larry Michael and Sean Salisbury?
Daily or something.
I don't know.
Daily or something.
Was Larry on BattleBots?
Yeah.
He was one of the play-by-play guy.
That's right.
Okay.
Larry was like the first play-by-play man before they blew him out of BattleBot.
Thank you, my friend. You know, Mike, you brought up an excellent point that at some point we should debate on the show about jocks and sports writers on TV. Because I think with the exception of Mike Wilbon and Tony Kornheiser,
the sports writers are up there, too.
They're really, you hate most of them.
I watch a lot of them up in Boston, because Boston's got that culture of sports writers. Here's one for you, who's on ESPN all the time. How about that douche, Bob Ryan from the Boston Globe? Bob Ryan and Dan Shaughnessy are two of them that are up in Boston, and they're both equally bad, but if you're talking about the real bad, Bob Ryan takes the cake. Okay. And he is the typical, you've been around sports writers, I've been around, and they are they call disc jockeys cynical. You sit with a sports writer for about a half an hour. I mean, as good as Tony Kornheiser is, and I like Tony Kornheiser, that is the cynic of cynics right there.
Hey, and also, I don't know what the deal is with Mr. Tony. That I love him on PTI, and I guess he's got his radio show, which I'm a fan of when I can hear it. Mm-hmm. But I thought that Mr. Tony was famous for writing his columns in the Post.
Right. Yeah.
Have you noticed now that Tony Kornheiser, basically he farts every morning, that they give him, I don't know, maybe 100 words.
Yeah, just like a blurb.
He doesn't write a column anymore. It's just it's not as bad as Larry King, you ever try peanut butter on a bagel? But it's just one big rambling run-on sentence and none of the funny stuff that he used to write about. But I guess that's because he's a big TV star.
Yeah, the TV thing is taking up his time.
Very busy.
Mr. Tony.
Mm-hmm. Tony Kornheiser.
I told them a long time ago they should have hired him here.
Oh, yeah.
That he would have been back when he
would have been a fit
when he had a desire to get into radio, when he was writing his post columns.
I remember when you said that.
And they came back and they said, "Yeah, but I don't know. He doesn't have a good voice. He doesn't know anything about radio." Michael Hughes, wait outside. Hello. Don and Mike show. Where were you, Michael? Oh, making some calls. Making a phone call. Making some phone calls. Making a phone call. I was calling my wife. I don't know. Tell her we might have to move. Hello, Don and Mike show.
Yeah, the lame thing about Trey Wingo, too, is he gets Trey because he's the third, like Wilhelm the Third or whatever. He's acting like he's a brother. He calls himself Trey.
Wait a minute.
I believe the guy's name is Trey.
Trey is like a real name.
No. He goes by the Third. I've heard the story before.
Okay,
when he was on ESPN.
Okay, we'll have someone Google it and
somebody
find out.
Needs to research that.
Find out his real name. Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hi, Don and Mike and Buzz.
Hi, honey.
How are you?
We're doing great, thanks.
It was.
Oh dear.
What's wrong with your phone? Hello. She's going.
What is the deal today?
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Don and Mike.
Yeah.
I got a quick question.
Yes.
Does Trey Wingo have his own little special language that he talks in?
Hold on. Wingo Lingo?
Wingo Lingo, yeah.
Wingo Lingo. Okay. That's good.
Good, thank you.
All right. Rob, why didn't you come up with that one?
Too stupid. Too stupid. You're too busy working on great jokes like... What was the joke again?
Dwemer.
Wingo's Dwemer.
Getting better.
It's not getting better. Lesbian mailbag. We come right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Just call us anytime.
You can call Don and Mike anytime from anywhere in America. 877-365-3636. They're ready to believe you.
Go ahead, call us.
Your favorite asses, Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
What do we got today? I know what we're giving away today. We're giving away not only tickets to see Willie Nelson and dinner at the Texas Roadhouse and Willie Nelson CDs. We are also giving away... Hey, how about this? A meet and greet with Willie.
Really get to meet Willie.
That's very cool. Maybe you get to...
Buzz, you might like that. I would love that.
Maybe you would be able to recreate his Jimmy Carter White House moment.
Ah, that's right.
And that's where... isn't the story that he was in the Lincoln bedroom or something and he climbed out on the roof because he had to have his weed.
Right. Yes,
even in the White House, he had to have his weed.
I think he's been a big advocate for that substance over the years.
That's absolutely true.
If you had not have fallen, I would not have loved you. Angel falling too close to the ground. It's my favorite Willie Nelson song.
Can I tell you something? You're a master mimic.
Thank you so much.
But
I'm not even trying that one.
When you do that,
yeah,
you sound like Johnny Carson. doing Willie Nelson.
If you have not have fallen, I am not wild. That's some wild stuff. You are always on my mind.
Hello. Don and Mike show. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, you're on the air.
This is Lori, and I watched that episode, and I thought it was the funniest episode ever.
Curb Your Enthusiasm? Yeah, pretty good one.
It was great.
Pretty funny. Pretty good. Hello, Don and Mike show. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, I am? Oh.
Yes.
I'm calling from close to Sacramento.
Okay.
Because I know you guys hate Sacramento.
No, we love Sacramento.
That's why you're calling, because you know we hate it.
Pulling your wang.
Yeah, right. I'm pulling your wang.
Pulling your wang. We love it there. What can we do for you?
I just want to tell Don that he is good looking.
Yeah.
I looked on the website for the first time today.
Honey, you should see my back. It's a mess. My back is like a topography map.
He doesn't care. You hear that?
Really?
You are very, very good looking. That's all I want to say from all of them.
Okay, right. Okay.
Bye.
I've tried to tell him that.
Bye. Hello there. Don and Mike show.
But no compliments for anyone else.
No.
And that's the Sacramento way.
Yes, of course. Absolutely, because now she's instilled jealousy in all of us.
Yeah, and she says, look what I did. I divided them.
Mm-hmm.
Don and Mike show.
Bitch.
Yeah, I just want to call and tell Jack FM what a great the change that they made, and I love their new format.
What's he talking about?
Jack FM.
What city are you calling from?
I'm calling from Baltimore. I love Jack FM.
Okay, but the station that we're on didn't get changed. We're still on Live 105.
I'm sorry. Oh, no, it's free FM. I love the new format.
Get out of here, would you? I think they did that in Baltimore, too, now.
Yes.
Oh, really?
That's free FM,
We're
too.
free FM?
We're spread.
Yeah, I don't care how good that conversation went today with that president of the company. That is a dumbass idea.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But it's ours.
Free FM. Please, would you get out of here? Let me read you some email, okay? Gosh, it's good timing that the retarded lady just called and said that I'm attractive. Listen to this. Hold on.
Did you get hit on by a lesbian?
Well, listen to this. This is from the email. I got to pull the microphone down here.
Don't leave anything out.
I won't. Buzz. I won't.
Buzz is feeling turbocharged today.
Maybe read it twice.
Let's say, first it's Dear Don and Mike. It's about, we love your show. We listen every day.
Right.
And then they write about the Fantasy League. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. Swinging with Don. Hey. The swinging segment on today's show, this was written yesterday, of course, made me finally think of how to write this. I don't even know you'd call it swinging, because I am not married, and neither is my lesbian girlfriend.
Hello.
But she and I, yes, I am a girl, have talked about wanting to just hang out with Don plenty of times. Now, the primary intent is not to seduce him.
No.
But if the moment presented itself, so be it.
Oh, it would.
It's all in fun.
Buzz, calm your ass down.
We love his attitude and humor and think we'd have a blast hanging out with him. Well, there you're sadly mistaken, ladies.
Now, why are they sadly mistaken?
Because I'm just a dick.
Not around lesbians.
Did they include photographs? You've always loved lesbians, as we all have.
Let me get to that. Right. And we were thinking, what better time could we have than to take Don to Atlantic City, go up to some table games, drink and gamble, and then have a blast in the bedroom. Blackjack and poker are my games of choice. So whenever we hear him talking about how he wants to basically just get laid with no strings, we're thinking, hey, that's good times.
Told you they're out there.
No, we are not hookers. We are not sluts. We are not some 16-year-old girls being stupid. I'm 28. She's 24.
Hello.
Both with blonde hair. I'm 5'6", 135. She's 5'7", 120. We're not strippers. We're not Playboy material. But I don't think we're brown baggers. We are not your stereotypical lesbians by any means.
Oh, wow.
We've had sex with men before, but he was a friend. We still hang out with him from time to time. It was a drunken, crazy time.
Sure.
No strings attached. No hard feelings.
Right.
My girlfriend and I have been together for 2.5 years, and we love each other.
This is a great letter.
But we'd love to have some fun. Can you forward this to Don? Why not, right? So, just thought we'd let you know if the opportunity arose. We'd love to be down having a blast with Don. Love the show. 2 fun lesbians from Baltimore.
Hey, local.
So,
isn't that something?
Let's see, that's,
how about that?
And Don?
The name would be Virgo Blonde. That would be the email, and I ask them now to, please write back to our website and, send pictures.
Include photos.
Yeah. It is not that I am necessarily looking to get laid.
You're fond of Atlantic City, though.
Oh, sure I am. But the thought that 2 hot lesbians might be interested in little old me.
2 women.
Bring it on.
Take the lesbian out of it.
Yeah,
2 women.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, an evening of gambling.
Have you ever had that? I have never had 2 women. Have you?
To the best of my knowledge, no.
Now, why would you lie about that? Because Carla
maybe a long time
Carla
ago.
wouldn't get mad at you.
No, I don't think so.
Long ago.
No.
Maybe a long time ago.
And Buzz, why ask you?
So I can say yes.
How about you, Rob?
Not at the same time.
You ever have two separate women in the same day? I mean, God, why has this gotten so quiet all of a sudden?
I'm thinking.
I'll go first.
He's practically coming through the glass to answer these questions,
so to speak.
Sir Sex-a-Lot over there is dying to answer. I'm quietly thinking of the answers to the question.
I know that.
I think really I've always thought if you're in a relationship, a young relationship, and I am, mine has lasted.
She sure is young.
I have. It just seems a little slutty when you talk about your past. And I actually had to think about that first question. And I'm thinking about your second question.
And, of course, you would have more of a past than Carla since you have almost double the lifetime she has.
No, more than double.
More than double.
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm not 50. Thank you.
Close.
Thank you so much. Well, close. 4 years.
I think that the closest I ever came to 2 chicks was, no pun intended.
Well, your question was 2 in the same day.
Yes.
2 different women in the same day.
And I definitely have pulled that way back in the day. I mean,
I don't think I have.
It may. I even think if I go back to it was definitely before Frida, so it would have to be. See, I always think about getting laid before Frida, and then I think about the cities. I think it might have been one of the times I worked in Pittsburgh, where I had a regular girlfriend, and I had her before I went to work. And then went to work and picked up some phone pig, and then went to the phone pig's house and had sex with her as well.
How many times in one day? And that's not with different women. That's just how many times. What's the...
Really?
Mm-hmm.
6 or 7.
Mine was 5.
5 for me.
6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, every time with, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, every
that's
time.
What
do you mean?
Well, every time, you know.
No, me too.
Home run.
Right.
Yeah.
Me too.
A home run every time. Boom, boom, out of the park. And a big, gigantic out of the park blast every time.
Wild.
God, every time.
Stop it.
I can't help it, Mike.
You got to go that. You always do have to go far, don't you? You got to go too far.
I'm proud of myself in that regard.
You gesture like it over towards me, so it's always hitting me.
All right, it's like, there it goes.
My eyes are burning.
Of course they are.
Jesus.
But your skin's going to clear up.
Yes, absolutely. At 46 years old.
Anyway, lesbians, send pictures.
You're all ramped up, too. Both of you guys are ramped up with that.
Well, sure I am. Mm-hmm. God damn, I got a reason to be ramped up.
How long do we have to wait for the pictures?
I just read the email.
Well, ladies, if you're listening, send the pictures right now. Been a long time since I've said that, Rob. Right now.
They haven't emailed yet.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let us know. Bye-bye. Break in.
Let us know right away. Mm-hmm. Here we go. I think you'll like this, Mike. Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Hi, Mike.
Hello.
I just want to let you know I live in Bermuda. I've seen you, and I think you're good looking, too.
You live in Bermuda?
No, I lied.
Liar. Bastard.
What's he getting at?
Toying with my feelings.
I didn't know that it was a guy Joe had put on the screen.
Well, I was in Bermuda last year.
Joe had put on
this year.
Screen it was a chick. So I thought it would be a chick that would tell you that she liked you.
You know, I'm really depressed now.
Hello, Don and Mike Show.
Don't be.
Hi.
Hi.
Don, Mike, Rob.
Yes, hi.
I don't think I need to ask Buzz this question, but I need to ask you guys this question. What's your take on bisexuality?
As far as women, I'm all for it.
Well, but would you, if you were in a relationship with a bisexual woman, wouldn't you get jealous?
No, not at all. See, that's at least for my 2 cents. It's different.
It is different.
It's
for
different
guys.
with guys and girls.
Yeah.
Like for instance,
but I've known of relationships where the woman is bisexual. The guy thinks it's great, but then eventually, it seems like I've heard a lot of examples of women going to the full lesbian platter.
Well, that's simply because
and then they leave the guy in the dust.
Well, that's because the man can't get the job done.
Yeah, well, the man probably can never get the job done as well as a woman can.
Well, a woman knows what she's doing.
That's exactly right.
However, you got one thing that the woman doesn't have.
Yeah, right.
I mean, and I don't care.
Sometimes that's important to women, sometimes it's not. But what we have also can be manufactured in a plastics factory.
Silicon. Nothing beats the real thing, though.
I agree with that.
Nothing beats the real thing.
And they can do all the experimenting with polymers, space-age polymers that they want. Nothing meets the real thing.
Now, listen, here's the great hypocritical part of men being gay and women being gay. To a man, if a woman said, I'm bi, and I would love to have sex with another woman while you watch, the guy would go, whoo, baby, give me a beer and let me sit back in the chair.
Enjoy the show.
Firstly, let's say that the guy's gay. And the guy says to his wife, I'm going to bring a third guy into the bed. And maybe she's into it at first. Then I guarantee if the guy says, now, the guy and I are going to go over here and we're going to do each other. And you know what? The woman doesn't say, oh, let me watch.
No,
I'm going to get into that.
she runs from the room shrieking in most cases. And also on that front, if they're two guys with a woman, I know they could say that two guys would do that and it wouldn't be gay. I think it is a little gay.
I don't think that I could.
I couldn't.
I don't think that I could work the stuff.
No way.
If there was another guy.
Let's ask this woman what she thinks.
And anytime that happens, you'll hear these words. Honey, meet the commissioner of tailgating.
All right.
Does Buzz handle it?
Oh, Buzz.
Now, what are you talking about handling?
Yeah,
exactly, specifically.
If his wife wanted to bring another man in the equation.
Okay, that's an excellent question. If Marsha wanted to bring a man into the bedroom, how would you handle that, Buzz?
I think depending on the circumstances, and the guy would be okay with that.
Oh, I love Buzz.
Of course you do, honey.
We all do.
He's being honest.
Of course you love him. Yeah, right. I'm with you, Mike.
I think I would be that
makes you homo. That makes you homo.
Not really.
Almost.
No.
Yeah, no, it does.
No, not really.
I mean, with a couple, it's one thing, but even,
yuck. Anyway, it's the great double standard of our society.
Right.
Just like I know I've said this before, but when you hear the story about the teenage boy that's banging the teacher, you always go, hey, how about that kid?
Yep.
Now, if it's a male teacher banging a female student,
take him out and shoot him.
Right. That guy's on the news.
There are double standards
on America's Most Wanted.
There's double standards, and they're good double standards.
There's a new story out of Tampa about a female teacher. I guess she was also like a math teacher and a gym coach, or team coach, and a girl that she seduced.
Yeah.
This is the newest twist in
female gym teacher liking women?
Teacher-student relations.
That's unusual.
Hey, have you seen Porky's?
Yeah, the
what was her name? What was
Ballbricker?
That was her. Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hi, this is ML. How are you?
Hello, ML.
Ballbricker, who always looks strangely similar to the waitress in the German restaurant in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That's a little obscure cinematic reference there.
The lady and I will have
the linguine with white clam sauce and a Coke with no ice.
Hello.
With our flannel shirts. Actually, I'm in the area of the basketball coach that is having the tryst with a student.
Right.
Oh, are you really? Where are you calling from?
St. Petersburg.
Oh, down in Tampa. Okay.
Is that a big story? Is that a big story down in Tampa?
So now, is
it's been on the A page for the last 2 days, actually.
And is it a man with a girl?
Actually, the picture of her, she looks like a drag queen, but then when you see her on the court with the students, she looks more like a woman.
Okay, so it's a lady student and a boy, and I bet
no, it's a girl.
Female teacher and a female student.
Yeah.
Now I get what you're saying. Okay.
And her sister also played on the same team, and they kept it hush-hush for a long time.
When you say play on the same team,
do you mean that? Which team?
On the lesbian team or on the sports team?
Oh, you got me there.
I think this lady's like
anyway,
wasted. I really do. She's just all over the place.
But Buzz, are you aware of the story that she's talking about?
As a matter of fact, yes.
So that's news in Tampa. That it's
pretty big story.
A female teacher who's screwing a female student.
Yeah, allegedly had an affair.
Well,
female
and
student.
now based on that teacher comment, I'm wondering, is it the sister of the teacher or the sister of the student?
Yeah.
Because she said played on the same team. I'm trying to figure out,
That's a colloquialism.
Are there 3 women that are involved in this? Who knows?
And what if it was a sister? Oh, yeah. I mean, no, I don't mean like a black woman. What if it was a nun? What if it was a penguin?
Then you got a bigger scandal.
So many vagaries.
A few more days on page A.
And do you think that nuns go for chicks the way that priests go for men?
No.
Do you think?
I think there have been cases of it.
I'm sure there have been cases, but not to the extent where homosexuals exist in the priesthood. I don't think so.
I'm sure that's also correct. I agree with that.
In fact, if you did a survey, I bet if you really could, like the total honest survey where anybody that has been, gone astray and has been committed to, a nunnery or the priesthood, I bet you would find more nuns that have gone astray have done so with a man than with a woman. That's just my theory.
That's probably also true.
Hey, something nice about that.
Yeah. Something naughty? Something taboo?
There's something creepy about a priest, and I'm not talking about like a priest with a boy. Even in the Episcopalian Church, where they're cool with priests being married and everything.
Right.
At some point, you look at them and you go, oh, hold on a second. He's a man of God and everything. And
I know exactly where you're going.
I don't want to be a hypocrite, but on the other hand, I'm picturing, ass down, ass up, face down, whatever they're doing in the privacy of their own bedroom. And he's up there talking about the glory of God. And on one hand, I think, well, you should be able to buy this. Do you get the point that I'm?
Hold on, Buzz. Let me ask you if what you're saying
but there's
is
something very sexy about
if
nuns.
it's a priest with a nun.
Yeah.
Then it's well, that's there've probably been films about that, but the whole priest boy thing is just disgusting.
I wouldn't mind being with a nun. What the hell music is this?
The Flying Nun.
Flying Nun. In its day, it was a great TV theme.
It's got no words, though. It's not like here she is.
Who was the Spanish guy on the Flying Nun, Rob? What was the name of the Spanish actor?
Was it
Alejandro Rey?
Yeah,
good one, Buzz.
Good pull, Buzz. I think it would be sexy as hell to stop at the show.
Hear that sound? It's the sound of gathering storm clouds.
Listen,
and then a bolt of lightning came down from the sky.
You got a better chance of getting a speeding ticket than I got of getting if the nun felt like it.
Yeah,
and if she was hot. I wouldn't force myself on anyone, much less a nun.
Of course you wouldn't.
I think that's the stumbling block. I don't recall a lot of hot nuns.
No.
Oh, no. I beg to differ. I have seen nuns. You ever been to a church and you see a nun when she's wearing her nun clothes?
Yeah, they have it.
And you get used to seeing her without, like, her regular girl hair and everything. It's all up under that big, gigantic friggin' thing they wear. Then, like, you see them in real life, you go, who is that piece of ass? You go, oh, hold on. That's Sister Marie.
I have never had that experience in my life. I don't know what nuns you've been around, but I know I've been around a hell of a lot of them, and there was never one. First of all, there was never one, I think, that was under the age of 60.
Well, at my church, and I don't want to give out my community where I live, but at the church where I go, there is a priest.
Currently?
Yes, there is a priest.
You got nuns in that league?
Yes, there is a priest. I take it back. She's not a nun. She's like a female priest.
Okay, all right.
It's whatever.
A rector.
But now you've taken a beautiful thing and made it ugly.
I'm just telling the truth.
I would never do that to a nun.
I love it when we discuss theology.
I would never do that to a nun.
It's always so important.
Words that sound dirty.
But there's
rector.
When she's in church, she looks like the lady from The Weakest Link. Okay?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So when you see her in church, she looks prim and proper.
Right.
I was in, I don't know, the veterinary clinic or something with my dogs.
Right.
And really, I turned around and did a double take like, wow, now that's an attractive woman. And she caught me right away. She's like, she came over and she said, how are you after your loss?
Well, there's no taboo with that.
And I felt so bad.
Is she single?
I don't know if she's single.
She's perfectly, you're able to date her?
It's all legal, I think.
You're able to. She's perfectly acceptable.
I just want to bang a nun. I don't want to.
You're going to the wrong. What I'm saying is, you're going to the wrong church for that.
Yeah, not really a nun.
I do not. Well, okay, right.
See,
she's not a nun
because you're attracted by the whole taboo thing too,
right? She's Episcopalian,
right?
So she's whatever she is, like a lady priest.
You can't get the added thrill unless you're violating one of God's laws.
But I'm telling you,
what makes it
to see her not wear her church uniform,
right,
was and she wasn't dressed slutty, but I mean, she's a handsome woman. She really,
you know something?
Really
most of the ones that I grew up with, and my sister went to the Catholic high school, and I saw some of her teachers too. You take that habit off, the only hair you're going to get is similar to Tony Kornheiser's. All right. Seriously. Something about that habit, too. A lot of thin hair.
There's some sexy nuns out there. There are some sexy nuns out there.
I'm sure there are, but not as many as you might think.
And you know what? A lot of them, at least in my mind, they would all look like... do you remember that pixie girl that used to work upstairs here at the station?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I know exactly who you mean. You mean Hedges' first assistant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Meredith?
That real Irish girl?
Yeah. Was it Meredith?
I think so, yeah.
She just had a real pretty pixie face.
Very, very Irish kind of, Very
I imagine,
Irish.
Imagine if, and the best thing about it, if you ever got a nun and you were able to, like, imagine you take off the nun clothes and she's got, like, a real hot girl body.
Oh, you know what? Buzz,
yes.
Look through your files. I'm sure you can find a film that's got that.
I was going to bring in tomorrow the Elvis movie, Change of Habit.
Oh, with Mary Tyler Moore?
Yeah, but there's two other hot nuns in that as well.
No, Rob, that's like a rated G 1967 movie. Mike's right. What I need is a stag film.
I know you got it somewhere. I know somebody's got it somewhere.
Super 8?
Any taboo, not Super 8. You can get the regular DVD.
Just give me like Nuns Gone Crazy. Nuns Gone Wild. Give me a nun convention where nuns walk around and show their boobs to the camera.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want.
Nuns Gone Wild.
Nuns Gone Wild.
Be a big seller. Be a very big seller.
Well, gosh. All of the lines are ringing now. I wonder what people want to talk about.
One of them's probably my mother.
Mother's calling. I'm sorry, Mother.
Your mother. Now, let's not bring your mother into this.
No, let's not. Let's keep her far away from
Okay, well, you're the one that brought Marion into
now
this.
I'm pushing her right back out of it again. Right back out. No more discussion about that, thank God.
Mary was also the name of Jesus' mom.
Yes. Yes.
How you doing? I'm looking for I'm Mary, and where's Jesus? Oh, is he still in pre-K? Oh, that's great. Oh, thank you. This thing? Oh, this old thing, I just threw it on. Are you kidding? Oh, what?
What are you doing? Your History of the World Part 5?
No, I'm doing, if I was alive back then, me hitting on Mary.
Okay. Okay, that'll be quite enough of that.
Me hitting on Mary.
Thanks so much.
Hey, why did I call you the Virgin Mary, didn't you? What's up with that?
No, now if I keep going on it, you're going to put Mary on the website.
Listen, I don't know how to tell you this.
Yes.
I do not put that stuff. As much as you don't believe me.
Right. I've never said I didn't believe you. You never told me you didn't.
When I told you yesterday that I had nothing to do with them photoshopping my head with Dakota Fanning. And you looked at me like, yeah, sure you don't.
I probably looked at you like that, yeah. But if you're telling me you didn't, I believe you.
I did not. I enjoy kidding about Dakota Fanning.
Right.
But even I am somewhat troubled when I go to our website. There's a big picture of me like almost making out with Dakota Fanning.
Got home last night, jumped on the website to look at the USC prank, which I thought was very, very funny.
Oh, yeah, that's a good link.
And then we had something else that was on there. That
the Brett Favre, the guy taking the ball.
Brett Favre guy.
And also the Mike Tyson with Bobby Brown video.
And I watched that. Mike Tyson... unintelligible, like he normally. He was like a child doing the buck teeth sound.
Yeah, I know it was
Monster Mash. But then I saw the cover and I was like, oh.
Hello, Donna Mike Show.
Hey, my wife is the product of a priest and a nun getting together.
Can you? I never say this to a caller. Can you hold on through the break?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got to talk to this person.
Yeah. Excuse me.
That's
interesting. Yes, absolutely.
Huh.
Ooh, boy.
I found no DVDs.
Well, the only thing I can say about that last call, holy cats.
Holy cats.
Holy cats.
Imagine how sexy that would be that you get like a hot nun and you bring her back to your house and she's taking off her nun clothes and then you realize that she's got like, a
rocket.
The real thing?
Knockers and...
Yeah, it'd be hard to find.
I don't think so.
I think harder than you think.
And what about if you got a nun?
Because you know what it is, really, with that?
What are the odds? Hold on. One last question. What are the odds the nun would have a landing strip?
0.
I would disagree.
0.
I would disagree. I don't think that they've just got like a triangle. I think that there's got to be. How you doing?
I think it might be a cross.
He got what he wanted. That's all right.
I know.
He's done now. He got what he wanted.
I'm out.
He got the exhale from me.
It's the Catholic in Mike.
Yes.
Thinking about a nun with a runway strip.
Yes. Landing strip.
I'm sorry. When I say runway strip, you know what I meant.
Yes.
Holy triangle. Jesus Christ. No pun intended.
Wow.
All right. So anyway, the guy. We'll talk to the guy who. Was his mom? He
said he's the product of a priest and a nun, allegedly.
Okay, right. We'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
The Don and Mike Show.
Oh, baby.
More than 6, but less than 12. The Don and Mike Show.
I got to put my fat glasses back on so I can read, because we got something from Channel 10 in Tampa Bay. And yes, it is TV station Channel 10. Somebody there listens to the show on 1010 Talks in Tampa, and here we go. Here's a picture of this would be the teacher. That's the teacher that was arrested for having sex with a chick.
The picture I saw.
Let me see.
She's a little heinous.
The alleged victim, the high school girl, says that they had an 18-month relationship.
Wow.
And that they mouthed off more than 50 times.
Really?
Yep.
What about the sister? Is there a sister involved in this?
Let me see. A friend of the victim told investigators she walked in on the teacher and the student naked in the student's bedroom. A different friend claims she had seen the two holding hands and kissing. The same student says once police were involved, the girl called her crying and asked the student to lie for her. There is nothing in here about a sister.
Okay. All right, then we have the answer, and we do have that lovely picture of the teacher.
Yeah. Which we'll put on our website.
She looked cross-eyed.
And also, the lesbians did write back.
No picture, though.
No picture yet. This was at DonandMikeWebsite.com. Dear Don and Mike, you guys are such a trip. You are such a trip. What a way to make my SE workday better. Am I the first person ever to email something like that? I am surprised if so. No, we've had to send a letter like that, yes.
And I think the two lesbians offering to have gymnastic relations with you.
Right, so it says, anyway, I am currently still at work and will email you pictures tonight when I get home.
Tonight?
If you promise you won't post them for privacy, obviously. Of course we won't post them. I'll just show them to the guys. Hopefully I can get them to you before the show is over. Hey.
Wouldn't that be fun?
If not, I promise you'll have them in time for tomorrow's show. And yes, we would have a blast hanging out with you. Stop being goofy about your personality. Sure, you're different off the air, but who cares?
Listen to that.
Virgo Blonde. And then it has her name, and she writes, if you could use Virgo Blonde, it would be easier, because everybody at my workplace, of over 1,000 people, would immediately harass me and know it's me, because they know myself and my girlfriend.
Wow.
So anyway, how about that?
Hey, I hope we get the pictures before the end of the show.
So do I, Mike. Jesus.
And then, then you're off to Atlantic City this weekend.
Right. Yeah, that's going to happen. Buzz, please go right now with urgency to DonandMikeWebsite.com.
Done and done.
Here are the photos we have up for you today. First, Mike, if you can see, that is Gwen Stefani. And the Asian community is pissed at Gwen Stefani because she has her own entourage now that follows her around everywhere.
Well, she's had that entourage for 10 years.
Have they always been Chinese, Asian chicks?
I mean, for a very long time, she's had that group.
Dressed in schoolgirl outfits?
They're choosing now to be upset? Is that their choice?
First I've heard of it, found a picture, thought we'd throw it on the website.
They've been Asian all the way.
So that's
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure exactly how long, but I know that she's had those backup, and they're backup singers and like dancers, right?
Yes. Anyway, a bunch of those Orientals, no offense to any Orientals, they're upset.
No disrespect.
Now, we also found another picture of Paris Hilton wearing her Halloween costume, and what's good about this picture, if you look right by her ass, you can see the birth control patch.
Is that what that is? I thought it was a bunny tail.
No, that is
off to one side.
Keep looking.
And you know what else?
What?
The strange growth is gone.
Oh, that's right, that goiter that she had.
Is there a chance that's a tag?
It looks like a bunny tail. I see. No, that's the bunny tail. There's the patch. I see the patch.
Because there's a tag, and then right below that to the right is the round patch.
There's the patch. If you scroll down, Antonio Banderas has also said Melanie Griffith is not allowed to have any more plastic surgery.
Look at that.
Can you blame him?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
That's
unfortunate.
Put his foot down.
She looks like Betty Davis.
Put his big Zorro foot down.
Now, that's a good picture of her right there.
Not as bad. You study it.
But she's all about the lips, right? Having the collagen.
Joker product, right.
The problem on that is when they have plastic surgery and they come off shiny.
Right.
Yeah.
New and improved Joker product.
Anyway, that's what's on our website. If you want to look at the pictures, it's Paris Hilton and the birth control patch, and Gwen Stefani and the Chinese chicks, and Melanie Griffith, and Antonio Banderas says, "No more, darling."
No, you must not. Look, I don't. If you don't do no more plastic surgery, I don't do any more sword fighting.
Hello, Don and Mike show. Hello.
Hey, this is Don and Mike.
Yes, right. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, this is Kevin from Sacramento. I called yesterday.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
You're the guy that was on for a good long time with us, Kevin.
We enjoyed our chat.
Yes, sir.
Oh, hold on. This is the truck driver with all of the problems.
Yeah, that's right. He was on the phone with us for about half an hour.
Give me a minute.
Yes.
Give me a minute.
Are you?
Oh, wow.
Are you okay?
We got to see that. No, he's fine. He's fine. We're not so good.
Yeah, we're going to get sick.
How you doing, Pop?
Pretty Fleming.
What did you say, sir?
I said, how you doing, Pop?
Pop, as if I'm an old man. I got it.
That's right. No, I was talking to Buzz.
Oh, talking to me. Oh, talking to me.
Well, come on, I'm the one.
He's the one he fantasized about Buzz taking him fishing like the Andy Griffith.
Oh, I forgot about that. Right, the guy's gay for Buzz. Anyway, welcome back. What do you got today?
Hey, well, I was wondering why, the guy that called right after me, why he had to hate so much.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Tired of you. Call back when you have something else. Like yesterday, he was a real good caller yesterday.
Excellent.
Called yesterday, says life is falling apart. He was drunk. He was driving a big rig. He was popping pills.
But he had his half hour. He should at least wait a week.
He's gay for Buzz. Hello, Don and Mike show.
Only in that father-son way.
Yeah, only in the good way, Buzz.
That's right.
Hello.
Hello, Don.
Only in that good father and son way. Hi there. You're on the air.
Hey, look at that Paris Hilton picture again. It looks like she's got black and blue marks on her above her elbow and around her back.
Yeah, okay, Rob.
Did she get them from Paris Latzes?
He's right.
The other Paris?
Oh, really, Buzz?
Yeah.
Hello, Don and Mike show.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the air. Hello there.
Oh, hello. I can't believe this. I've never called a radio station in my life.
Sure.
Hello.
Hello. Here you are. What can we do for you?
Yeah, well, I was listening to your show. I've listened to you for years.
Thank you.
I was listening to your show yesterday. I love you guys. You know what I love most?
What, Buzz?
I love the way all three of you just sort of mix with each other. You seem to have a really good time.
Like a bunch of oiled up bodies.
We pretend to get along.
It's
sounds wonderful.
The mix everyone can agree on. Even the boss.
I'd like to put a special shout-out to Buzz.
Of course. See, Mike, I
didn't hear that.
I called it right away. This is about Buzz.
She said a special shout-out.
Shout-out to Buzz. Look,
yes, ma'am.
Do you have to flex?
Yes.
I mean, seriously, Jack LaLanne. The girl calls and says a shout-out for Buzz.
So the mix...
Buzz, you just make me warm every time I hear you.
See, it's not really about the mix. She was smart enough to include us at the beginning, but then she got right to her primary agenda.
It's about the Buzz mix.
I like cleverness in a woman.
It's about the Buzz, Bisquick yeast mix. And Buskin.
Crisco Burbank.
Well, that's another thing entirely.
God. Jesus Christ.
You are. It's getting worse every day.
Or better.
Really, tonight, you just better go home. And tonight, with your wife, it just better be...
And afterwards, perhaps love.
Bang your wife hard tonight, Buzz. Really. Jesus Christ.
That's a direct order.
Bang her hard tonight.
So the airbags are going to explode. Fun.
I love me a list, and here's a great one. First, lesbians. Since we've been talking lesbians today, Who is the woman that most lesbians would like to marry? This is from Gay Magazine.
This is a list of women that lesbians would bump. I think Gina Gershon is on the list, probably. Is she still in the lesbian community?
Nope. Well, I don't know if she is, but she's not on the list.
I mean, not in...
No. BA, you're wrong.
No, Beth Ann did not make the list. She did not make the list. She did not make the list. Mike, the number one... The number one lesbo that the one
they don't have to be lesbian.
No, the number one woman that lesbos would like to marry. I'll only give you one hint: Big Lips movie star. Come on, Big Lips movie star.
Oh, Angelina Jolie.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Let me see. Number 2 is Jodie Foster. Number 3, this is who they want to marry.
Okay.
Number 3 is Charlize Theron. She's a piece of ass.
Wouldn't we all?
I get that.
Now, men were also asked, gay men, which celebrity they'd like to marry.
Men?
Men.
Okay.
Gay men.
I know who's number 1.
Name it.
Clooney.
No.
Is he on the list?
No, he's not.
He's not on the list?
Number 1, they would like to bend it like Beckham. It's David Beckham is the number 1 choice for gay men to marry.
Okay.
Number 2, this is too funny. Vin Diesel.
Wow.
Is
hey,
that
that's
great?
what that guy Kevin that called yesterday said he looked like.
Is that great?
Vin Diesel.
And
what I do for my country.
Number 3, pulling up the rear, no pun intended. And now here's a guy who really has staying power. It's Tom Selleck.
That's a very weird list.
Gays would still love to marry Tom Selleck.
But I like the list now. Are there only 3 on the list?
Yeah, it was just the top 3.
No Brad Pitt, no Tom Cruise, huh?
No,
not in the top 3 anyway.
Well, no, as you go down the top 5, oh God, who are some of the other ones? What's his name? A British singer, Robbie Williams.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, he's
also Jake Gyllenhaal. Who's the guy?
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, he's in the Jarhead movie.
Right.
Okay, and then with the chicks, you've got Julia Roberts on the list. And now this is funny because I mentioned this chick's name before. Ann Robinson. Do you know who that is?
No.
Ann Robinson is the host of The Weakest Link.
Oh.
It's that gym teacher thing
the red-haired lady?
Yeah,
the lady that teaches at your church?
She's number 11.
That's weird.
On the list of lesbians that they'd like to marry.
Well, I have a question about both lists.
Okay.
Where's Viggo? Where is Viggo?
Viggo Mortensen?
Yes.
Oh, if you want a theme, it is Beth. Rent a Perfect Murder with Michael Douglas. Oh, it's just dreamy. He plays the artist with the big loft.
And he's in the brand new movie with Ed Harris that I just saw. Viggo.
The violent movie?
Yes, I forgot the name of it because it was so crappy in my opinion.
Now, here's another list. I do love...
History of Violence.
I do... The story of the Spiewak marriage. You know, when I was in the doctor today, I swear to God, I almost picked this up for you because it was...
You mean in the doctor's office?
What did I say?
You were in the doctor.
In the doctor, yeah.
Well, okay, Freudian slip.
I mean, not that I'm hanging on every word, but I listen carefully.
When I was in the doctor's office today, while I was waiting, they had all these pamphlets saying, how can you tell if you're in an abusive relationship? And it was like a pie chart. There was like, does he hit you? Does he verbally abuse you? Does he throw stuff at you? And I really wanted to go and pick one up to bring it in to show it to Rob. But I didn't. But there's all these old people in the waiting room, and I didn't want to like
you don't want to be taking all the abuse things because they'd be staring at you.
Like I'm walking by going, oh, let's see. This one looks interesting. Because they could not be in a more prominent location.
Right. You know, in that time, don't you sometimes want to go the complete other way, though, where you just take the worst abuse pamphlet and go, this is the one I was looking for.
Thanks for thinking of me, but I know all the loopholes. So.
Hello there, Don and Mike show.
Yes, am I on the air?
Yes, you are. Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
I just wanted to call and say I can't believe that this was one of the first reach-outs from the lesbian community for Don.
Wow. So all you lesbos would like a piece of me, huh?
You know, we have tapped into something.
How about that?
So to speak.
What is it about me that makes you want to go to the other team?
Well, I knew this was going to be an impossible question to answer because it's impossible for you to take a compliment.
That's true.
Wow.
Is it?
He can try.
Hey, but you know something? Aren't you intrigued by what she just said?
Well, of course I am.
She demonstrates knowledge and understanding.
Who is the celebrity you think you most resemble?
Well, I've been told a number of people, and none of them look alike, so I'm not sure which one.
Just give me one.
How are things going with the weight loss, Cheryl?
What?
Not Cheryl the Big Dyke.
Oh, it's not.
Cheryl's always been fond of it.
Who is the celebrity you most resemble?
Yeah, we got to find that out before we break.
Okay, probably, I've been told Pia Zadora. I've been told Mallory from Family Ties.
Are you clean?
What's that?
Are you clean? Are you decent?
Yeah, of course.
All right, send a picture to the website.
Wait, don't hang up. Have you hung up yet?
No.
Because I want to hear the compliment she thinks you can't handle.
Oh, shut up, Buzz. We're not going to hear that today.
I want to hear it.
One more list real fast before a break. Rob, you would probably be interested in this. Yes. There is a group of extreme rabbis in Israel.
I love that show on Spike.
Extreme
Rabbi Makeover.
Anyway, there's a list that of names that should be never should be given to Jewish children.
Huh.
Okay. All right. And there apparently are some obvious ones. I didn't know this, like Christian. You wouldn't do that. Also Muhammad. Now listen to this, though.
Extreme.
Listen to this.
Don't exactly have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out.
But no, how about these, though? Band lists. You cannot be...
Band names.
Not officially, but from these extreme
it would be
rabbis. Donna, Susie, or Shirley. Reason?
Yeah, please.
They sound non-Jewish.
Huh.
Also, men's...
Shirley sounds non-Jewish?
I'm just telling you what
Shirley Povich?
I'm telling you what this list says.
Was Shirley Povich Jewish?
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. Any male names that are altered to be a little like girls' names, like Brianna or Ronnie.
Okay.
Those are not good.
What's that?
Also, any names starting or ending with an L sound. Like, for instance, here are some of the names that you're not allowed to have. Ellen. Elroy. Danielle. Ariel. Elton. Now, what about Kal-El? That name that Nicolas Cage just gave as a kid. The
non-denominational.
That explains why Seinfeld didn't use it.
L sounds are taboo.
According to these crazy...
what about Mel?
Short for Melvin, I think.
Oh. I get it now.
All right, winner.
Winner! And remember, dress British, think Yiddish.
One other band name, I think.
Adolf. Oh, Buzz. Bang your wife really hard tonight, Buzz.
He's all sexed up.
We'll be right back, everybody.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
I live it out here. Move to Ward 8, everybody. Come right out here and Ward 8. Okay. Where the living is good. This is God's country. Okay. It can be the best ward in the city. We're going to turn things around. The other thing, Sam,
okay. All right. I think they're told us to wrap, but congratulations on your victory here in Ward 8. That's Marion Barry back in D.C. government once again.
Marion Barry.
The Don and Mike Show. Pigs love mud, and you love Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Hey, now listen, today's show has gotten away from us, but then, again, when you have a show, before the show, when you go to lunch with your boss...
Yeah, it was quite a show.
And you're able to cut his legs right out from under him and just humiliate him, how can you not have a great show?
Absolutely.
And we didn't get to, the front row tickets and the meet and greet with Willie Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Also on tomorrow's show, joining us, Judy Belushi. You know, John Belushi's wife.
That'll be interesting.
And, and also the employee, the star of the month.
Oh, good.
All of that still to come.
Love to talk to our stars.
But
Hello,
before
stars.
we do that, how about this? Don and Mike Show. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, you're on the air. Hi.
This is David.
Yes,
Radio
David.
God.
Hi there, Dave.
Hey, what I was going to tell you guys, the Jewish name list, the L, and it's also B-E-Y, Bay. The reason that those are on the ban list is because those are Muslim surnames.
What about Richard Bay?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
he's about as Jewish as they come.
That's right.
How'd that sound?
That sounded like you sounded like you're 90 years old.
He dresses British.
That's as Jewish as they come.
He's about as Jewish as they can. Remember, dress British, think Yiddish.
Thank God you don't paint with the broad strokes. You know.
Oh, look who's talking.
Yeah, really.
Who learned this so good?
He uses a roller.
Why?
the trainer.
Hello there. Don and Mike Show. Angelo Dundee Spiewak.
That's right. He preps us all.
Mick! Cut me from Rocky.
We're all in his stable.
It's Rob in the corner. I'm passed out. Rob's going, "You're fighting tomato cans, Rock. Come on now. Come on. It's the N-word.
Mick. I can't do it anymore, Mick.
I can't say it. I can't say it, Rob. Come on now. Come on. Where's your spine? Hello, Don and Mike show.
How's it?
Hey, how's it? Hi.
Hey, man, I just wanted to tell you, I believe Buzz has gotten more ramped up because I listened to a best of several months ago, and I remember back when he went through the hypnosis.
Al Gore calling us right now, incidentally.
Really?
And you're not even trying, are you?
No.
No.
You know, you sound like the guy. You sound like the guy on Saturday Night Live that used to do it.
I'm sorry.
Was it Daryl Hammond?
Yeah, I believe so. Right.
Just keep talking. Really, you're Al Gore. Just keep talking the way you're talking.
So you heard the best of.
It's hard now, isn't it?
Okay, I'm sorry. But Buzz got hypnotized.
Yeah.
I think that has carried over.
Yes,
I think you need to look
carried
into it.
over to the election that I lost.
I never really came out of it.
Could you get out of here, please?
I'm hypnotized.
Oh, I know what I got to do. Buzz, stand by for news and comments.
Yes.
But first, I got to check my... Today was a very busy day for Mike
crazy,
and I.
hectic.
Let me check my message. Let me go to my BlackBerry. Hold on a second.
Personally, what does tonight mean to you?
I hadn't thought about the question, but I guess it gives me another opportunity to serve, which I've always done most of my adult life. And I had no question about the politics of this. I could win this race. Question whether I wanted to do it.
Who he? He's Marion Barry.
That's right.
He's mayor for life, Washington, D.C. Let me call my BlackBerry.
Oh, good. Your messages.
I don't know.
Been a busy day, that's for sure.
I don't like showing off with my technology. I know a lot of people.
This is cool, though.
I know a lot of people have BlackBerries.
Not like yours.
Well, mine is good, Buzz.
Mm-hmm.
I bet I've got... Boy, I hope Hughes has not called me, left me messages today.
Let's see. Let's find out.
Hello. Oh, hold on a second.
Hello. Doesn't, technology presents problems. Doesn't always work.
Hello?
Sometimes there are technical issues. Sometimes wires come disconnected.
No, Mike has to plug the phone.
You're being connected to your BlackBerry now.
Wait, are you having a problem over there plugging the phone in? Yeah. What? Let me turn your microphone on so we can hear you. What's happening over there?
I don't know. Damn thing.
We haven't lost the illusion yet, have we?
Yeah, it's actually the business end of the part that you push into the
end of the cord that goes into the phone.
Yeah, let me add it.
Disconnected.
What the hell is going on?
I sold the good one on eBay.
Damn it!
Rob sold all the good ones on eBay.
Studio. I hate this place.
Now,
come on, Mike.
I've been here 7 years.
Didn't we have a good meeting with Bobby Bacala today?
Ow.
Didn't we have a good meeting? Oh, hey, no, sounds like my BlackBerry's starting to work.
Hello.
It's kicking in.
You reached John's BlackBerry. This is Mayor Barry, DC Council member from Ward 8.
Ward 8.
To get some timely tax information and a public service message about paying your taxes, press 1. Hi, this is Mayor Marion Barry. Please pay your taxes. If you don't, you could get in trouble. It's really important that everybody has a chance to pay their taxes. Get your tax files right on time. Send it in. Make sure you fill all the right lines out. Sign it. And enclose a check if you owe taxes. Otherwise, you could be in trouble.
Now, where's my mail?
To check Don's messages or to change his itinerary,
yes,
press 2. To check Don's messages and new messages, you have 5 unplayed messages. To hear your unplayed messages, press 1.
Okay.
Message number 1, unknown. You don't know me. I'm a 29-year-old lesbian and would love to have a drink with you.
Okay, I don't want to hear that.
Message number 2, Michael Hughes.
Oh, this one.
Don,
yes.
Why did you deliberately embarrass me in front of my boss? I thought we were pals. I hate you. To hear a final message, another message, press 3. 3, message number 3. From Michael Hughes.
Third message.
Don, I am so sorry. I lost my head. What was I thinking? You're my main man. Please, forgive me. To replay this message, press 1.
I want to hear the next
To
one.
move on to message number 4, Michael Hughes.
You're listening to my BlackBerry.
Now, I hope you're happy. It looks like you got your wish. But I am not hanging around to find out. Goodbye, Crew World. I am going into the garage to turn on the car with the door closed. That's right. I am ending it all. I hope you're happy, Don.
I am, so's Mike.
To replay this message, press 1. To move on to message number 5, press 5. From Bobby Bacala. Don, thank you for a great lunch and all the laughs. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. By the by, have you heard from Michael Hughes? I hear he's dead. Bad luck. Well, thanks again. Gotta run. Call me anytime. To hear any more messages or to change your recording options, press 1. These are Don's recording BlackBerry options for Mayor Barry, Council Member, Ward 8. This is Don's current message. If you would like to play this message, press 1. Hi, this is Mayor Marion Barry. Don cannot come to the phone right now, but if you have an urgent message, please leave it for him, and I will read it to him when he calls in.
Let me change that.
Thank you.
What do I do if I want to change it?
If you'd like to change your recording options, press 2.
Okay, 2. What if I want him to start
Please state your new message, and I will repeat it in the way that I do. On the count of 3, at the tone that you hear from me, change your recording options. Beep.
That was it. That's the tone you need to go. That's a fun BlackBerry.
Beep. To replay your new message, press 1. To do a new recording, press 2. Now, at the sound of my beep, record the message that you want to record. Beep.
Hi, this is Don. I'm not here. Please leave a message on my BlackBerry.
Beep. Hi, this is Don. I'm not here. Please leave a message on my BlackBerry. To replay this message, press 1. To hear me deny charges of exposing myself in a BWI bathroom, hit asterisk. I did not do that to that bitch. To hear me deny charges of smoking crack in a Vista International Hotel in Washington, D.C. a million years ago, press 3.
Good memory.
Hi, ain't that a bitch? Bitch set me up. I didn't have anything to do with it. Well, that's all the time we have now. Would you like to hear some of your messages again?
Yes, I would.
Oh, we have message number 6.
Oh.
To hear Don's message number 6, press 6. Hi, Don.
Hi.
We are 2 lesbians from Baltimore who would love to go to Atlantic City with you. If you would like to go to Atlantic City with us, please give us a call. We've included the number right now, 555-5555. To hear me talk about my upcoming mayoral campaign, press 3. Hi, this is Mayor Marion Barry. I hope to be mayor again sometime. To see me put on an African hat, hit 62. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's my hat.
Oh, yeah.
Hope you enjoy that. That's right. To hear me talk about how I feel about the city of Washington, D.C., press 33. I love Washington, D.C., especially Ward 8. It's always been very, very good to me, and someday I hope to run the whole city again. To hear me talk about the Camelot, press 0. Oh, man, what a great strip joint. I used to go there all the time. The Camelot's one of my favorite places. Go by and stop by and see one of the girls. Tell Marion sent you. To hear me talk about my ex-wife, Effie, press 5.
Effie.
Man, she really ran me through the mill.
That bitch.
Bitch. Don't like that at all.
Bitch on wheels.
Oh, hold on. This is Don's BlackBerry. You have an 8th message.
Oh.
This is real hard to read. Don, from Michael Hughes.
Oh, dear.
I am dying. I have shut the garage door, and my car engine is turned on. There is not much time left. I want you to know, Don, you have done this to me. I will no longer be there for you to kick around anymore. Signed, Michael Hughes. Also, P.S.
Yes.
Tell Mike to F off, too. To hear any more messages, press 1.
Oh, we got to go to the news now. I think.
I'm terribly sorry. Don does not have any more messages.
Oh, I don't have any more messages.
To kick you to the newsroom, press 2. Well, now it's time for news on the Don and Mike Show. That's it for Don's BlackBerry. Y'all come back and visit me sometime. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That is a great BlackBerry.
I know a lot of you don't have the type that speaks, and also what's great about that is I don't get that those things on my thumbs.
Well, it's used for normally it's used by people who are without sight, so you were able to get that customized for yourself. You use it for convenience.
They're going to sell a lot.
There's no law against that.
No.
In a world where owning a radio was strictly forbidden, one man found a way to bring good news to his people.
Buzz.
Me.
He made it up.
The Vista. The Great Vista Hotel.
What a wonderful hotel.
Yeah, right in downtown D.C.
Good times.
Hi there. Good times.
Good times.
Sunnier days. Sunny days.
Yeah, right. I'm pulling your wang.
Wait a minute. Right.
Right.
Hi, Buzz.
Hi, Don and Mike.
What, Buzz?
Yes.
What would...
Is it plural?
Stories.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Well, you haven't said anything yet. I was helping you out in case you asked me what my top story was.
You know, we could actually go around and do that where we would just give partial syllables, where it would be just like...
Buzz?
Yes.
What are your lead... I forgot you have more than... the new way that we're doing the news now is that Buzz, instead of just having one headline. That was your way of reminding me, because I'm stupid, we've gone through this, that instead of one headline, Buzz will have up to 10 headlines.
Up to 10? As many as 10.
Up to 10.
To try to get you to listen to the news.
Wow.
So here we go. Buzz, what are your lead stories?
I miss the old way.
Tonight, a new low even for Bush. An airline braces itself for the bird flu, and hell hath no fury like a woman armed with super glue.
How many was that?
Three.
Stories. Brother Louis on what was the label? Goddamn.
Louis Louis?
No, the one. She was black.
Yeah.
As the night. Louis was whiter than white.
And it wasn't Louis Louis. It was Louis, 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 Louis.
Right.
Great song.
Louis, 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 Louis.
I don't know. It escapes me now.
Hey, BlackBerry.
How you doing, Don? Oh, I escaped from my machine coil.
Stay tuned for news and comment coming up on the Don and Mike Show.
BlackBerry, that was very...
Professional.
Rob, was the label something... was it Kama Sutra? That would be my guess.
Kama Sutra 577.
Hey, way to go.
Wow.
You got it.
Winner.
You know what? I am the king of dick knowledge. When it comes to dick, you've come to the right place.
Thanks, Dick.
Anyway, Mayor Barry?
Yeah, we gotta go to break. Don and Mike to break.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
Ow.
Come visit the crease of Don Geronimo and Mike O'Mara.
Domo arigato. Mr. Buzzo. Hi, Buzz.
Hi, Don and Mike.
News and comments now with Guy Birdley. Hi, Buzz.
Hey, guys. While the folks at Butterball are busy trying to convince people they won't get bird flu from eating their Thanksgiving turkeys.
Oh, man. I didn't even think about that.
No reason.
Happy Thanksgiving from the Don and Mike Show.
Fear not. Just don't kiss the turkey. And how many times have you heard that advice?
Don't lick the beak.
But one airline, meanwhile...
Lick the beak.
Kiss the turkey.
Uh-huh.
Take the whole beak. Take all of it. Take it all.
Take the beak.
Take it.
Well, while all that's
how much of the beak can you take?
Give me all the beak.
Tickle the waddle.
Oh. Okay.
Honey, give me the biggest beak you got.
Well, while all that's going on, one airline...
I want to give you all of my beak. All of it. I want to peck you to death.
But it's so sharp.
I want to peck you all over.
Never mind.
One airline, meanwhile, is taking serious steps to keep the bird flu from spreading.
Oh, bird flu.
Virgin Air has purchased 10,000 doses of Tamiflu. That's the prescription medicine that, if taken in the first 48 hours of the first symptoms, can keep the bug from making you seriously sick.
You know what scares me about Tamiflu?
What's that?
They always say you take this when you get the first symptoms of the bird flu.
Well, of any flu. Of any flu.
Who knows? I mean, really, whether you've got that flu. You might think you just have a cold. What if 2 days goes by? I mean, don't we all normally, when we get our colds, take about 2 days before, oh, man, I really got it now?
You know, when you start to get that really run-down feeling and you know it's the flu, doesn't matter what kind of flu. If you take this stuff, it'll keep you from getting sick, and in the case of bird flu, it might even save your life.
Do you think that Michael Hughes will have bird flu just because we gave him the bird so many times today?
I think he's going to try to get bird flu. It's like the message said.
No, only
if the garage doesn't work.
Only chickens get bird flu.
Okay, you just made a joke.
And
I get jokes. I get jokes. You're saying he's a chicken.
Now, Virgin bought 10,000 doses.
That's like saying he's a pussy.
Virgin bought 10,000 doses.
Spineless pussy chicken. New from Purdue.
Ooh, that's great, spineless pussy chicken.
I'm Jim Purdue. People say I'm obsessed with spineless pussy chicken.
I hate those commercials.
Virgin says with 10,000 doses,
I disagree. I think they're brilliant.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
See how he did that?
Like when he pushes the button and the thing comes out of the wall that's got the pre-made
But to
meal.
say I'm obsessed with cleanliness, that's just silly talk.
Try
Tamiflu. It points out that it bought
a whore.
Horde. It says it bought the 10,000 doses for its employees because they'll be on the front lines if and when the flu begins to spread from human to human.
All right, Buzz, seriously for a second.
Please.
Not your faith. You'd like everything to be the last Armageddon, the sky is falling.
Oh, no.
Really, your honest opinion.
Yes?
Is this a real story, or is this just made up so we don't notice that everybody's being killed in Iraq?
Oh, I'll get to that part. This is how I hook you in.
Okay, but just give me your opinion. Is the bird flu
a distraction? No. I've talked to a scientist, a guy at the National Institute of Health, who said that...
Oh, now you're making this up.
No, this is a true story. I actually got to talk to an NIH doctor for half an hour about bird flu. Ask him anything I wanted.
Was that Capital Critters?
It was, in fact.
Okay.
Yeah, you should have missed it. It was on last week.
On your public service show.
That's
okay.
Right. Anyway, he says one way or another, some awful, horrible pandemic is coming. If not this year, then next year, and it's really smart of us to get ready for it now, just in case it's this year.
What are you doing,
He said
Mike?
one way or another, it's coming.
Broke Rob's pen, Don.
He broke Rob's pen.
What are you doing?
I broke it.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, I broke your pen. I didn't mean to.
They'll be hell to pay now.
I swear to God.
You have the strength of 10 men. Don't you know to hold back?
I got nervous when he was talking all about the bird flu.
You need to know inside that pen was the virus.
Oh, okay. I have a question. What is the difference between epidemic and pandemic?
I can answer that.
All right.
Pandemic is bigger. It covers more geographical area, usually means global. So that's what a pandemic would be, a worldwide or very widespread epidemic.
I know I'm way off base here, but
we're having a party with a low oil fat cooking spray at my house. It's called a pandemic.
You ever checked out Pandora's box? Oh. God damn, is she hot.
Yeah.
Pandora's box.
You know, you seem to be continuously going back to that. In a variety of ways.
I do, don't I?
You got lesbians, you got nuns, you got Pandora.
Hey, Daddy got needs. And not to mention the fact, I think I can say this about him. The president of the company we met with today, he's a damn sexy man.
In a real macho way. With answers to questions, immediate answers to questions.
And I didn't want to say this because I didn't want to embarrass him or myself. Because he does remind me of Bobby Bacala from The Sopranos.
Right.
And I know that it's a totally different character. I probably shouldn't even say this. I'm embarrassing myself and embarrassing him.
You go right ahead.
But the thought that I had at lunch today was that I would be the rent-a-cop in the car.
Right.
And he would be the other big guy on The Sopranos when Meadows' boyfriend comes in,
when he pops his head up
from pulling the all-nighter. Remember? And then then the boyfriend is afraid to go to the Yankees game
because
with the guy.
he sees him.
Of course.
Well, I was sitting on the same side as him. You notice my hands weren't on the table the whole time.
Both quite compliments.
Yeah,
really.
absolutely.
Now, Virgin knows...
For whatever reason. God, I'm horny. I hope there's something good on pay-per-view tonight.
There always is.
No, not always, Buzz. Not always. You know what I found recently? And really, I should just stop the stigma of not wanting to record the porno on TiVo. Because the stigma that I don't want is that someone will come over and I'll say, oh, I've got like a Letterman or a Law and Order, and it'll go TiVo now playing, and it'll say, you know.
That's why most people don't record.
You know, Black Beauty's Butt Parade or whatever.
But if you know your way around your TiVo, you can put it in a separate compartment.
I think you can hide it, yeah.
I was watching something on the 3-hour block last night.
That was so good you wish you recorded it?
No. There was nothing on all 5 channels. There was nothing that did it for me. However, you know, I think it's on 596, on the very last Dirty channel.
Yeah. The second to last Dirty channel.
Okay, you're right. 597's last. You know, like in the last 5...
Yeah, that's right, 597. Where's it 598?
The last 5 minutes before the top of the hour.
598.
Okay. They fill with really hot scenes from like 4 or 5 movies.
Right.
That's all you need.
I found that does it for me.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
The best part.
Because what they do is, for this 5 minutes in between features, they just show hot money shots. And it's like, why am I...
How far you've come,
yes,
so to speak.
Mike,
literally and figuratively.
Feet.
Yeah.
I remember there was a day where you thought that was the worst thing in the world.
The money shot?
Yep.
Yeah. Look at what a faggot I've become.
Well, what it is you're committing to the product.
Yeah.
And you're realizing that that's the best part of the movie.
SCP doesn't do it for me anymore.
Right.
Softcore porn.
Right.
No.
I gotta have my money shot.
What's the point?
I don't care if I sound gay. I gotta have the money shot.
There was something on the other night that was very Andrew Blake-esque.
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, very artful.
That's still the best stuff.
Good lighting, you can't beat it.
Anyway, I had you can.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had spent $15 or $13, whatever it is.
$12.99.
Going through the going through the 5 choices I had, which all sucked. I'm looking for something in the movie that sucks, literally, so I can get the job done. And then it was like the filler. Right. And it was like, I've seen this before somewhere, and I realized that what I wanted to ask you, Mike, was, because you watch those channels as much as I do.
Yeah, maybe. Not quite as much, but I watch them a lot.
But you're familiar with them.
I know. Hey, I know them like the back of my hand.
that filler that they run on Spice or the Hot Network,
right?
Is that do they run that like every 3 hours?
Yeah,
where it's the
I know what it's like the lady in the shower, and it's the people out by the pool.
There's a guy like in a bubble bath.
There's a black-white scene.
Yes, and there's also a very hot, like desperate housewife with a push-up bra, blonde hair, and they go at it in the kitchen.
Yeah, yes, and depending on how much time it is between films, you get further into that reel. But it's the same reel every time.
But it works.
And it starts out with the people in the shower.
It works for me.
So you're new to it.
Well, no, I've seen it a few times, but it still works for me.
It's still pretty darn good. But they have little vignettes in each of them. Very, very interesting.
And you say I'm worked up. Virgin.
Well, listen, hold on a second.
Yes?
Buzz, I mean...
Well, you get DirecTV, don't you?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
Right, and you get direct sex. You still have your wife, okay? Right. I go home, who am I going to... Here's my choices tonight.
I'm just saying.
Lefty or righty. You know what I'm saying?
Except, you might have, lefty and righty lesbians just around the corner.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
And you didn't get the picture, did you? They didn't send the picture.
One of the pictures we were supposed to see.
I did get the picture.
Oh, he's smiling. Hang on. He's going to get it out of the file.
He's good.
I'm not. I swear.
Are you telling the truth?
I swear to God.
You put it in the good file.
I was just waiting for tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't want to spoil tomorrow's show.
Well, and I don't want to hurt their feelings.
Oh, no.
See that?
What do you mean hurt their feelings? That's just a candid...
And a black and white candid shot.
Take a look at the one on the right.
That looks pretty good.
Take a look at the one on the right.
Yeah. Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson.
What is wrong with
Kate Hudson on Mars.
Can you see
the one on the left then. The one on the left.
It's not that bad.
I don't want to say anything bad about these lesbians because they were very nice to send a picture to the website.
But I'm not sure there's anything bad to say.
What? I think they're fine.
What are you looking at me for?
Looking at you.
You never have an opinion on sex.
All right, come here, bud.
Yeah, just hold it up to the glass.
I hate the act.
You hate
the act of sex.
Worth a trip to Atlantic City. I would say worth a trip to Atlantic City.
If you lesbian chicks are listening, and they were, okay, all right, she's kind of cute, send me a nude picture.
Tasteful.
You are so demanding.
No, I know what he's doing. I've known him for years. He's pushing them away. That's what he's doing.
No, I'm bad.
Pushing them away.
Send me a nude picture, you hot lesbians. That's DonandMikeWebsite.com. Let's face it, I'm out there. I mean, who the hell wants me? I'm a mess, but I'm out there. You know what's going on with me. My life's a friggin' mess. But God, I'm so horny.
I know.
Just so friggin' horny. What am I going to do?
Sounded like Frasier.
What will he do?
I'm so horny. Hello, Seattle. I'm listening.
Oh, dear.
I'm horny. Yeah, Jay Leno. Yeah.
Jay.
Hey, Kevin.
How you doing, Jay?
Yeah. Hi there, Buzz.
Horny.
Hi, Don and Mike. Virgin Airlines, with its 10,000 doses of Tamiflu, knows how hard the airline industry will be hit if the pandemic begins. There's been talk of quarantines and travel restrictions. Airline industry's already suffered enough at the hands of oil companies and other terrorists. But Virgin has not forgotten its passengers. It's also looking into machines and other technologies for killing germs on airplanes, something all the airlines should have done back when they could all still afford it.
You hear the stories about breathing the air,
Right,
whether it affects you, whether it's, you're breathing somebody else's air. They say, yes, you are. No, you're not. The bottom line is, who has not traveled across the country and gotten sick on an airplane?
Oh, almost every time I fly.
I don't know anybody that hasn't had that happen.
Yeah, well, they're going to try to stop that.
I just got a rash. Buzz, we got to do a break here.
Yes, I know.
When we come back,
it's
a freaking epidemic around here.
It's an epidemic.
It's an epidemic.
But just when it can't get any worse for George Bush, it does. And that's our story when we come back.
Okay.
Brother, what can I do to help you?
We'll be right back.
This is the Don and Mike Show. Braddock, WURP Braddock. Pittsburgh's new talk radio station is 1550 The Edge.
Don and Mike on The Edge, 1550.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
You know, a lot of shows come out of the gate big, but do you think this will last?
Totally. Everybody is talking about this show. It was huge.
Yeah, I mean, it's got buzz and all that, but it's also really good. So when people do show up, they see how great it is.
Yeah.
The Don and Mike Show. Even better than a ball of blood. The Don and Mike Show.
I want to dedicate this to those two lesbians. I was discussing their picture with Mike out in the men's room.
Like candy on a shelf.
You know what, he's right. You're two cute girls.
Thank you.
That's right.
Send the nude photos.
I bet they will.
I hope so. And don't send black and white pictures.
Wouldn't that be great if we had wouldn't that be a great Friday show to come in here with a couple of nice nude pictures to look at of lesbians?
Wouldn't that be something?
Like we couldn't find any nude pictures anywhere else.
No.
But hey, those are,
like we couldn't go in the drop ceiling in Buzz's room and have it be like that one engineer whose name we can't say because he threatened to sue us.
But those would have those homegrown feel.
That's right.
You know?
Perhaps.
Or that homegrown feel.
Yes.
There was an engineer at the last station we worked at, and when they were doing renovations, they were cleaning out the drop ceiling.
Yes.
And this guy had a stash of porno.
For those of you that have seen Silence of the Lambs, when they find the body, when they open the top door of the elevator and the body just falls down, picture magazines falling out like that when they went to the drop ceiling.
And when we talked about it on the radio, old Glass Eye, old Amish beard Glass Eye,
he
called, and boy, did he lawyer up right away.
Yeah, didn't like it at all.
Wow.
Didn't like it.
You'll never get that from me.
And we didn't mention that it was like Blue Boy.
No.
Yeah, we also didn't mention that there was a good chance that it had been there even before him.
Yeah.
He just kept it around, we think. We don't know because there was stuff there, seriously. You know, it was old.
It was like Betty Grable's boobs.
Very ancient porno.
Just when it can't get any worse for W, it does.
Oh. Are you ready for some football?
His approval rating just fell another 4 points, down to 35%, according to a CBS poll. The Gallup folks, meanwhile, were hired by USA Today and CNN to ask Americans if they thought the Bush administration was a success or a failure. 55% said failure. Oh, okay, maybe you can turn that around. No, according to the survey, 55% also believe the next 3 years of the Bush administration will also be a failure.
Gallup poll.
56% say they just don't think the man knows how to manage government effectively. Nearly that many, 53%, feel they were misled into the war. As sweet, lovable, non-offensive, middle-of-the-road Jimmy Carter says Bush lied. Of course, being Jimmy Carter, he didn't use that word. He used these words. Manipulated at least.
Here's the thing about Jimmy Carter. And I like Jimmy Carter fine.
Sure.
Shut up. Just make houses. I mean, really, the guy has a real problem making a fist. Even, and I'm sure, Buzz, you're reading his quote, but if he had said it, I mean,
it would have been smile with a smile.
That's it.
He's actually, the older he's gotten a little more curmudgeon-y, and he's being a little more sharp with his criticism. But
Roslyn and I are building houses.
They said the number one critique of Carter during his presidency, he smiled at the wrong time.
Yeah,
which I think really is pretty stupid.
Well, and people criticized him for being maybe weak, not strong enough. He's not remembered as one of our best presidents. But he's a former president, and he's alive.
So if you're going to get a Democrat who's going to come out and say Bush sucks, it should be Billy. It should be Billy C.
He's been talking more lately.
I think you might see that down the road.
I think so as well.
But Jimmy Carter also, really, a nuclear submarine guy, a real smart guy.
That's right, absolutely.
Doesn't change the fact that Amy is hot.
Nothing will.
And Billy, the late Billy.
Brewmeister?
You know, if you're going to add up Republican and Democratic presidents, the Republicans do have the edge as far as hot daughters.
Yeah.
Right?
Particularly that blonde that's in office right now.
Well, now listen, the Bush twins are very hot.
Yeah, they are.
But
I'm trying to go back and see if there are any other Republicans.
Chelsea is not as much of a dog as she used to be, especially now that she's whoring it up where she's at. I see pictures of her in the tabloids a lot.
But if you compare the two Republican administrations, which come to mind right now, where you've got the Bush twins against Amy Carter and Chelsea Clinton, and then you've got Ron Reagan.
Right.
Ron Jr.
He is beautiful.
Yeah.
And Michael.
Pretty people. Michael Reagan.
This is Ron Jr. Let's all remember, Michael's the adopted one. Why is he talking about Dad? He wasn't even really Dad. Isn't that right, Mom?
Jimmy Carter's talking about the so-called intelligence that convinced Democrats and Republicans alike to go to war. He also says the war in Iraq was long in the making, starting back when Bush's daddy failed to take out Saddam Hussein in the first Gulf War.
Right.
He says Democrats are right to push for an investigation and that Republicans are dragging their feet. Democrats in the Senate may not have the votes, but they've had just about enough of the foot dragging. This week they invoked Rule 21, forcing the Senate to go into a rare secret session. Or, as Mr. Play-by-the-Rules Bill Frist puts it, the Senate's been hijacked by the Democratic leadership. Frist threw a hissy fit about this, literally ranting and raving at reporters in the halls of the Senate. He says the ambush, quote, took us off what we need to be doing about energy, the deficit, and the economy.
Tell him to go sell more stock.
Issues that didn't seem so important to Frist when he pushed Terry Schiavo to the top of the Senate agenda. Republicans say this was just a stunt, that the results of the investigation...
He pushed her. That was rude. She was a vegetable, for God's sake.
Not necessary, was it?
What a bully.
He says the results of the investigation are coming out next week and that the Democrats knew that when they shut down the Senate.
Where's Schiavo? I want to push her around a little bit.
Well, he said he pushed her up to the top of the agenda. At least he didn't push her down.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Mike, you know better than anybody, as well as I do.
I know.
Once you go to the top, nowhere but down.
Nowhere but down, Terry.
He could push her all the way to the top of the hill, but then she's just got to roll on down.
Terry Schiavo.
Republicans say Democrats may just be steamed about the nomination of uber-conservative Samuel Alito to the Supreme Court.
What's the pronunciation of his name?
I think I may have just mispronounced it.
It's Alito, isn't it?
I think I put an extra vowel in it. Alito.
Isn't it Alito?
Alito,
As in elitist?
Thank you. No, that's with an E, and Alito's with an A.
But I like that. Alito the elitist.
And here's the thing.
But he's not. I read a good article about him. He's supposed to be a nice guy.
Oh, no, he's not.
Really?
No. Listen, here's the thing. Don't let him
They talked about his coffee shop. That's the article I read. Did you read that one?
No, I
gotta be.
Am I being gullible?
I don't have to read anything. Here's all I know. Bush really screwed up with Aunt Harriet. So this time he's got the guy that all the Bill O'Reillys in the world are gonna love. They're salivating over this guy.
Right, exactly.
They're thinking like 40 years from now, when Bush is eating dirt for a living, this guy still is going to be with the Nazi agenda.
But is he really that conservative? And listen to who this is coming from here. No, wait. Sure, Alito's anti-abortion and would probably vote to restrict them, and he has generally ruled in favor of business over the working man. But as a judge, he's ruled pro-choice in 3 of the 4 abortion cases he's handled.
That'll change.
He even struck down an abortion restriction in Pennsylvania. And judges who've worked with him say he won't overturn Roe v. Wade because they say Alito bases his rulings on legal precedent, decisions from previous cases.
Keep believing that.
Fellow judges say he's not an agenda guy.
Keep killing me.
Right.
That's the impression Ben Nelson got. Nelson's a moderate Democratic senator who also met Alito yesterday.
What about Mr. Dover?
And came away convinced that he won't chisel away at existing law.
Ben Dover.
Yeah,
you're an idiot for believing this. I'm sorry, Buzz.
I'm not believing it. I'm trying. You know me. Fair and balanced.
You really think that Bush is going to put someone in there who
I didn't say that. I'm not even saying he's a good guy.
History shows us that it doesn't matter. That when they might look like the greatest conservatives in the world, when they get in there, they're human beings.
Right.
And when they get in there and they say, hey, this is a lifetime, it doesn't matter. They don't have to answer to anybody, and that's why you get people like Sandra Day O'Connor that they thought would be conservative.
Guilty!
And she guilty of being hot.
Alito also chaired a task force that recommended the decriminalization of sodomy and the outlawing of discrimination against gays. His task force also accused the FBI and CIA of invading the privacy of American citizens.
Now I know why he loves it.
Of course.
Decriminalization of
sodomy.
Well, don't you think?
Yeah.
Of course, that was 34 years ago when he was an undergrad at Princeton, and who didn't get a little crazy in college?
I know we got a break, but maybe tomorrow we should really discuss sodomy. I know we've had... No.
You are
really
hungry. You're a hungry boy. You need to be fed.
No, we've had the discussion before.
Right.
Really, what is... Literally, what is sodomy?
I'll have the answer tomorrow.
There's a gray area.
Yeah,
no
as far as the legal definitions of it, yeah.
Correct.
Right.
And so tomorrow, maybe
tomorrow.
everybody can educate me about sodomy.
Tune in tomorrow, folks.
And wouldn't that make a great musical, Mike?
What is sodomy? Oh, sodomy!
Hell hath no fury like a woman armed with super glue. That's our story when we come back.
Okay.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
If you have federal student loans and are unhappy with your current lender, it's time to call College Loan Corporation at 1-800-2-COLLEGE. Yes, you now have options, even if you have previously consolidated your student loans. So if you are looking for fast, friendly customer service and valuable benefits from one of the nation's leading student loan providers, call College Loan Corporation at 1-800-2-COLLEGE. And by calling now, you may be eligible for up to a $2,000 cash rebate. That's 1-800-2-COLLEGE. It's the smartest call you can make.
What would you do for a belief? Would you give up your family? Your home? Would you fight for your belief? Would you die for it? The Crusades, it started with a belief. No one could know where it would end. A world premiere event, The Crusades, Crescent and the Cross. This Sunday night at 9, 8 Central, as only the History Channel can bring you.
Get this. 512 megabytes of memory, a 60-gig hard drive, a 14.1-inch screen, and a CD read-write DVD-ROM drive, all packed into a laptop that weighs under 4.5 pounds. The Toshiba Portage S105 with Intel Centrino mobile technology. Get yours for just $14.99.99. Only at CompUSA. We got it. We get it. Offer good through Sunday. See store for details.
Admit the guilt, Mr. Shatner. Priceline doesn't let you choose your own hotel.
That's not true.
You are under oath, sir.
Yes, but now, on Priceline, you can pick your exact hotel. Book exactly what you want from our list of great deals. You don't have to bid if you don't want to.
So if I pull up the website right here...
You'll see it right there. Any more questions, Counselor? Priceline. Shop, compare, save.
You've heard it's all about the O. Well, what does that mean? It means you have one place to go for a luxurious lifestyle. Overstock.com offers the web's best deals on designer fashions, books, music, sporting goods, bedding, assisted living products, all up to 70% off, plus affordable vacation packages and an auction department with hard-to-find one-of-a-kind items. Live operators 24/7, and it's $2.95 shipping on every order. Simple, safe, and easy. Overstock.com.
And now for the bonus round. If 4 is red and 5 is blue, what number is brown? 13. Correct. A cat chokes to death on a dead mouse. Who killed who? Freud. Correct. If you rent DVDs from Netflix and keep them for 97 years, how much will your late fees be?
0.
Correct. There are no late fees. Simply choose your movies online and return them whenever you like in their prepaid envelopes. All the movies you want starting at only $9.99 a month. Netflix.com. It's that easy. DVDs at a time varies by program.
You've heard it's all about the O. Well, what does that mean? It means you have one place to go for a luxurious lifestyle. Overstock.com offers the web's best deals on designer fashions, books, music, sporting goods, bedding, assisted living products, all up to 70% off, plus affordable vacation packages and an auction department with hard-to-find one-of-a-kind items. Live operators 24/7, and it's $2.95 shipping on every order. Simple, safe, and easy. Overstock.com.
So, you're comparing online car insurance quotes, and you wonder, am I comparing apples to apples or oranges to kumquats? With Progressive Direct, you'll know. Go to Progressive.com and you'll see a clear, easy-to-read chart comparing each company's rates and coverages. And if you have a question, just call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE and a licensed insurance professional will pick up right where you left off online. So you can be sure. Available in most states and situations. Progressive Housing and Insurance Company and its affiliates, Mayfield Village, Ohio.
What would you do for a belief? Would you give up your family? Your home? Would you fight for your belief? Would you die for it? The Crusades, it started with a belief. No one could know where it would end. A world premiere event, The Crusades, Crescent and the Cross. This Sunday night at 9, 8 Central, as only the History Channel can bring you.
This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. Give someone special to you the gift that will be remembered for years to come. Name a star after them. The Star Registry will name a star after anyone on your gift list for $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com. It's the perfect gift for birthdays, weddings, and just about any occasion. Give the ultimate gift. Call the Star Registry at 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com. We proudly support the Starlight Starbright Children's Foundation.
Where in the world is Marion?
Exotic locations. Somewhere. Amazing adventures. Somewhere. Matt's whirlwind journey takes off from NBC's Today Show next week. Nobody knows where he's going, but we do know he'll be traveling the globe to surprise Katie, Al, and Ann from a brand new spot every day. Until next week, the question remains...
Do you know your credit score? You should, because staying on top of your credit could help save you thousands of dollars. You can now get your credit score and credit report at freecreditreport.com.
I go online and in seconds I get my credit report and credit score free. I can even print it right off my computer.
Staying on top of my credit helped me save a lot of money.
Get your free credit report and score when you sign up for a 30-day credit monitoring trial at freecreditreport.com. That's freecreditreport.com.
The new Survivor on CBS has been called the toughest yet.
Hi, Honest Guy here. Sorry to interrupt, but I'll need to check that claim. Fact. Next.
TV's #1 drama, CSI, has been called fascinating, sexy, and amazing.
Fact.
Critics call the hit drama without a trace intelligent, compelling, and hot.
Fact.
And I've been called a very handsome man.
Don't push it.
All new episodes tonight on CBS.
And we're back. Hello, caller. You're talking insurance with Dr. Deductible.
Hi, Doc. I'm dealing with multiple...
Multiple personalities?
No, multiple websites. I'm just trying to get car insurance quotes.
You might go to Progressive.com. They'll give you the Progressive direct rate and, in most cases, the rates of their top competitors. All on one website.
Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or go to Progressive.com. Think easier. Think Progressive. Progressive Halcyon Insurance Company and its affiliates, Mayfield Village, Ohio.
Exotic locations. Somewhere. Amazing adventures. Somewhere. Matt's whirlwind journey takes off from NBC's Today Show next week. Nobody knows where he's going, but we do know he'll be traveling the globe to surprise Katie, Al, and Ann from a brand new spot every day. Until next week, the question remains...
This is Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. Give someone special to you the gift that will be remembered for years to come. Name a star after them. The Star Registry will name a star after anyone on your gift list for $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com. It's the perfect gift for birthdays, weddings, and just about any occasion. Give the ultimate gift. Call the Star Registry at 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com. We proudly support the Starlight Starbright Children's Foundation.
Tornadoes have been reported in several neighboring states.
Small business owner Jonathan Harlan of Jackson, Tennessee.
Living in Tornado Alley, you kind of get used to dealing with them. You just pray one doesn't hit your area. Late Sunday night, just before midnight, an F-4 Twister touched down in Jackson, leveling our downtown. There was nothing left of our building, just piles of bricks and concrete. We lost everything. Fortunately, backup systems were in place. Employees knew what to do and worked from other locations. Because we were prepared, our clients never knew the difference.
Whether it's a natural disaster or terrorist attack, every business needs an emergency plan. A plan can save lives, company assets, and your entire business at little or no cost to your company. You can't control what happens, but you can be prepared. Visit www.ready.gov today. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the Ad Council.
Don and Mike Show.
Gosh, I hate to interrupt. It's all been so incredibly fascinating and entertaining and instructive. Really, the time has just flown by.
The Don and Mike Show. your daily mental floss. The Don and Mike Show.
Let me see. Tomorrow on the show, we'll be giving away the front row VIP tickets for Willie Nelson. Yeah. And also the meet and greet with Willie. Dinner for two at the Roadhouse, Texas Roadhouse in Shantae, VA. That's on tomorrow's show. Plus, Judy Belushi tomorrow as well. Now here is Guy Birdley. Hi, Buzz.
Hi, Don and Mike. Finally, we are awaiting a decision this evening in the Pennsylvania case of a woman accused of gluing her ex-boyfriend's penis to his stomach.
Yeah, right. I'm pulling your wang!
Wait a minute. Gluing his scrotum to his leg and gluing his buttocks to each other.
Oh, my.
You know what? This is crap.
The couple had broken up, and they talked about a reunion. That's when she found out about his new lady. He fell asleep. She got out the glue. He even believes she had planned things to go exactly this way for a very long time. The jury could make her pay him $30,000. We'll let you know what happens. And
that glue is super.
Bob Doherty of Nederland, Colorado, says somebody put glue on a toilet seat at Home Depot, and that removing himself caused him to lose some skin. He sat down on it and was stuck there.
Now I'm laughing.
Bob says he doesn't blame Home Depot for that, but he does blame Home Depot for ignoring his cries for help. I'm Buzz Burbank on the Don and Mike Show.
Sorry, we're out of time. No, that's it. We gotta go. And we'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, we will.
We'll be back tomorrow, and I guess probably for a while. That's blah, 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 blah. Pretty interesting day. Interesting. Good day to you, sir.
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 In celebration of my father's birthday, I'm going to have a beer tonight.
That's a shock.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Dad.
Tell Bobby yes, I said hi.
I shall.
Tell him I'll see him at the meeting.
Till we meet again, this is Sammy Davis Jr. saying, be kind, be nice, and I hope the next performer has the pleasure of having as nice an audience as you've been tonight. And let me leave you swinging.
This is the Don and Mike Show.
It's the Don and Mike Show on Pittsburgh's new talk station, The Edge, 1550.
Whether they're your spouse, boyfriend, or girlfriend, or you're looking to turn up the heat on your love life, Sassy Sensations is the place to shop. A gift from the exciting world of Sassy Sensations says so much to the person you're giving it to. You'll find everything, including pleasure toys, lingerie, fun games, edibles, and other erotic items the mall wouldn't.